Eric Mullins, the surgeon. Yeah, Doug Mullins.
I don't even
yeah.
remember his first name.
Yeah.
Don't know his first name. The new part? Yeah. You got the new part for that one?
Yeah, I have to take that one out and send it in.
That's what they want.
Yeah, so that's what I just did.
Yeah, okay, I wondered what you were doing. Okay. I figured you were working on something.
Really?
Yeah. I just serviced the spoiler and changed the antifreeze and then.
Yeah.
Upgraded it.
Good.
Good. Yeah, that's a life, how long is the life of any food in that thing?
Should be good for 10 years. You can put stuff in it to keep it up. You know, if you stay on top of it.
So that's probably the original one.
That's the antifreeze for the walk, yeah.
Oh, you mean over there?
Oh, I just did
Here.
this one.
That's for this walk here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah, that's the original one.
yeah, that's,
Even over there, is original. Unless you change it by when you had that leak.
oh, I have to add something to it.
yeah, probably should check it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Very good. Thank you.
They got a key.
Yeah. Thank you, Chris.
Yeah, take care. Okay, do we have any public comments? If someone else walks in and they want to, we'll give them a chance, but. We're gonna go up here, like, copies of anything that's not already on the agenda. And we'll move to number 3. Addition and deletions to the agenda, we never delete anything. Okay, and stuff.
Just frozen growth.
Just take that word out of there.
What's that?
Just take it out of there.
Because it's at some point, we might want to do it. So, when we add. Now these kind of new stuff, what does CD stand for?
Representatives.
Communications union, just for,
Communities.
it's for CUD.
Okay. So the. The cemetery. And then we update on 347 point award and 75 something. So another thing that window has is.
What did you have for community?
Just talking about the firemen. You know that other business for firemen.
Oh,
Yeah, he called me this week.
Yeah, we need to do that.
So
So we do that. The other business.
be 21F.
Okay. Anything else? All right, let's go to approve the minutes. Come on in, we have a chair for you.
Make a motion to approve the minutes.
Right here, Terry.
On both dates, Richard,
Yeah, both days.
310 and 321, I'll second that motion.
Okay, we have a motion to approve the minutes of March 10th and March 21st. Are there any corrections or additions? Anybody? If not, all in favor, say aye.
Right,
Aye.
Any opposed? Next. Library report, yeah.
Thanks so much for having me and Carrie.
Gary.
Yeah, we just really appreciate you guys coming over to meet with us the other day to talk about just stuff that it was just nice to be together all with both teams, getting on the same page. That was really excellent. We really appreciate that and look forward to doing more of that. Yeah, at the last meeting, we talked about some, a little bit of autonomy coming our way. I had emailed LaDonna some examples just now of some memorandums of understanding that are some examples of what other libraries and select boards do. So we can just, if you guys want to just take a look at those and we can have a conversation about what that might look like moving forward. We talked about, the option of, getting, what's the word? Not permission, but. Can you help me? When we're going over a certain amount of. Oh, okay, so if we're gonna spend over a certain amount, we'd let you know, that kind of stuff moving forward. So we'll come up with some sort of agreement that works for both of us. And what else? We wanted just an update on the MERP grant to see if that was going to include the bathroom.
Yes.
Yes,
It
Yeah,
is.
in the door.
And the door.
And the door. And do we know the details on when that's gonna start?
We gotta get.
we have to get it first. Bids first.
Gotta get the bids first.
When the bids
Are
start,
started already, so that will be coming, and what's the date on that? The next Selectboard meeting will
Yeah.
open.
you'll open the bids
Yeah.
and then when will you
Award them.
choose, when you?
At that meeting.
Oh, at that
Yeah.
meeting, bids awarded at next.
Yeah, we gotta
meeting.
make sure we can get the date for the contractors, make sure they can do it this year.
And then they have to get it done by a certain amount of time,
You have to do it by December
We do?
December,
this year.
okay. Work done, no,
No?
Next year.
Oh, next year?
Okay.
2 years.
Yeah.
work done,
So that doesn't mean though that it couldn't happen this year.
Right.
yeah,
If the winning bidder says I can do this now,
okay,
you know,
So we'll get it, try push it for this year, the best we can,
that's great,
in the window.
okay, excellent.
Yeah, we just keep us posted about when it's happening, because it's gonna take a little work to do it.
exactly, right, there would
Probably
be some
move the books,
coordination there.
whatever.
I think we'll have to move all the books out
Yeah.
of children's room.
Mhm. Yeah, that's definitely.
Yeah. We'll stay on top of those next meeting minutes too, to keep in touch with them.
Well, as soon as we know, we can, you know, I'm sure they will get together and let you know.
Awesome.
Yeah.
It's gonna be great,
You can look at the design too, as they want
Yeah.
to come, right? Yeah.
that'd be excellent, yeah, will you be talking about designs at the next meeting? For your bids, or no?
You
No,
mean,
we just got an idea what we're gonna do, but.
so when you say you mean.
Well,
set up?
the way the setup is gonna be
Right.
inside, is get, like, we got an idea what the bathroom's gonna be, the
Yeah.
toilet and the sink and
It's gonna have to, well, whoever, well, this guy just came in, they're gonna be doing that.
Chris, they're the one
Also,
that
well, it-
go through the bids too.
yeah, that's right.
Okay, well,
That-
Yeah, so
But
yeah,
they-
if we could have a presence in what the design looks like, that would be excellent.
There's some limitations based on the. On the criteria for handicap accessible.
Yeah,
So it
for
still
sure.
has to be, you know,
For sure.
Yeah,
And one-
like what region, like the bathroom the same.
give and take there.
One thing that we didn't talk about, but we had mentioned the possibility of having like a diaper changing station too, whether you have either those flip up things or flip down, you know, or if we could include that as well. Yeah, right. And let's see, what else?
Well, we did have a lot of questions about the endowment and the library's endowment. What's going on with where the interest from that is going right now and how much of it there is. And so what's the best way for us to get that information?
Well, I mean, we get a report every month, pretty much, right? You give us a report of the investments every month,
Yes.
pretty much.
The thing is, it's on the money market place right now, so it fluctuates a lot.
Right,
So, like, yes, last year it looked like we had a profit of 8,000, but right now it went down a little bit, so it fluctuates a lot on that situation. Like I said, it's money market right there.
But as far as the value, that's a pretty easy thing to give you.
Yeah, you get the value for it, but it's just that the interest is like, it's playing with the interest more. Yeah, money market off of it.
Is there a way we could find out sort of an average year by year? We're trying to figure out if we stop putting that back into the principal, the interest, how much money we have to work with going forward.
Yeah,
So the investments potentially might need to be relooked at. If we collectively were to say, well, the investments for the library. The income from that will kind of help the library function. Some of those are probably not so I don't know if liquid is the right way to say it, but if they were, for instance, if they were just in a plain. CD that's producing X number of percent of interest, and if we said the interest is what you guys can use, and so on. It's not all that simple right now, but those things could be looked at. I mean,
It's in the.
yeah, so, I mean, you wanna just read what they are right there, right now for the library, what the value of those are, they're pretty
Well,
significant. And even if it's not today's, I mean,
Mhm.
even what's in the town
I
report.
looked at it from the, where she sent it.
yeah, this week,
Yeah.
On my phone.
For the thing, so many,
I mean, like, this isn't really
Yeah,
a
we
right
can't-
time for
we
the
don't have to
right
do it
time,
right
because
now.
we didn't prepare
Just
this conversation,
wondering.
so if this
Yeah.
isn't the right time, we can set up a meeting with you, maybe talk about that, because we were talking about how we could potentially use the interest and not touch the.
So you have a town
the-
report, right?
Yeah,
So
exactly.
if you look in there, you'll get a general idea of what the value is.
Yeah,
Yeah, we did look at that, but it's hard, like you said, I'm sure it changes.
Yeah.
It dropped like 2,500.
well, here I could see like here in 24, we did 8,000. And if I'm looking at 23, we probably did 6,000.
mhm,
But it seems like always when we start in January, it goes down, like especially what's going on with the trading and all that, it's going down in the money market right now, it's at what, do you
I
remember?
think it went down like 3,000.
Yeah, 3,000 this month.
So,
So, but I will, the thing is, I have to call the person that's in it, it's our broker. And I could ask more questions, I think could be more prepared for next meeting.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
see where we're at and how can we do that,
Set up a time to meet.
yeah.
Just,
The thing is, it's hard with him, I gotta wait for him to call me, and then as soon as I get the information from him, and then I could probably schedule an appointment with you, and then we could go over it.
okay, that sounds like a great plan,
Yeah,
yeah, let's do that.
cause I did try to call him last week for one thing, and I could see the call, so yes.
Cool, thank you. That, I believe, is.
and the driveway, you guys talked about the driveway?
Yeah, but well, you heard what we talked about, we didn't make a decision necessarily, I think next, at our next meeting. We're gonna make some decisions and do some voting on the driveway and,
So would it help you with your decision that you had a kind of an estimate of what the cost is gonna be?
Yes,
We can get the cost on that from Eric,
Yeah,
an idea.
you know, just to remove some topsoil, put down some fabric and put on either stain mat or something.
You're gonna probably put some gravel, then a couple, 3-4 inches of stay mat.
Yeah.
So it's not gonna be cheap, but it'll
mhm,
be cheaper than putting pavement.
But, yeah.
yeah,
And it'll be probably.
Yeah. great.
But
Excellent.
then, once you know about what it's gonna cost, then you can have a better idea.
Perfect,
Yeah.
yeah, if we could have
that's
that.
kind of what we're doing is
Yeah.
collecting information on what things that we wanna do cost and also. How much money we have to work with, or like what the value is of putting the donation, the new donation into an endowment. Then putting it with the rest of the money, so once we have that information, we can make more decisions. Did you wanna talk about being open another day?
Yeah, we talked about that at the last, at our meeting, you're aware that we wanna be open another day, and, we would like it to be Saturday for 4 hours while the recycling's open. So if you're amenable to that, that is something that we would like to vote on for next meeting.
That's, it sounds like it's your decision.
Okay, perfect, yeah, excellent,
Well, we were just unclear on where the money for that would come from, if that's. You know, if we're voting on it, is that coming out of this? The money that the library has been donated, or is that gonna be added into the library budget?
So it was not in the budget.
mhm,
It was on the budget this year.
Put it in the
Yeah.
budget for this year, so that might mean that, I don't know, to get.
No, you're
better.
No, crazy.
That it would come from. That you got. I mean, it's probably not a big ticket item, but 4 hours a week.
I think we did the math on it, and it's a little under $3,000.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so that would need to come out of the $25,000 donation if we did it this year.
Appropriate. But it'll still come, the bills will still come, I mean, the same, right?
Yeah, it'll come through here.
The
It'll come through here.
librarian's hours are
No,
gonna.
but yeah, I just have to transfer the amount. Maybe we should do it at the end of the year,
Right.
see, and then I could just transfer the amount from. If you go over budget, the
Mhm.
salary you did give to Jennifer, let's say I'm saying Jennifer, but whoever the
Yeah.
librarian is, then we could just transfer it from the savings from there.
Yeah, so if you
To
did
adjust
it,
it.
yeah, so if you started the extra hours, let's say. next week or whatever. Once we get to the end of our budget.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To the end of our budgeted dollars, then the additional could come from that. Might be more simple, I mean, the accounting part, we need to.
Or if you do it every month too, just transfer, but I mean, it's just for you guys to be easy to follow what's going on too, like,
You better go in the end of the year, one try.
yeah.
Is that money already in a CD or something, or?
No, it's on that official account.
Special account?
Right now, it's in the special account.
It's not locked in, if you guys need it, I could just transfer it, it's not,
Yeah.
it goes, it's just to bring it to the general fund.
Okay. So we'll talk about it at the next meeting. For our next meeting. But I think that's good, that's really good.
Yeah, I think that was
Yeah.
my question.
Yeah, thanks for your time.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Thank you.
as I said the other day, it's nice to see life over there.
Yeah, you're never gonna get done.
I love the desk.
right.
It's nice.
It doesn't that change?
Yes, it does. It does.
It just fits. Like, so.
Oh, the windows, I got some information on the windows, if I don't want to interfere, but. Those windows, we can get some different type of windows, they're tinted. They go to they're not R4, but E4, something like that, I can't remember the name of it. They had a low E3, they got one that's even higher. And they don't recommend to put a film on the inside of these windows. You know, because we were talking about film.
Yeah,
So the windows, Pauline talked to me about it, and he's gonna get a price, but they're a little more money.
Yeah.
They're quite a bit more money.
Quite a bit.
Upstairs.
All
But
right.
that would be only for upstairs.
Only for upstairs.
right,
We wouldn't need them in the front, really, just the side.
Because they're behind the,
yeah,
just the sides.
We only really need for the sides,
yeah, it would be 6 windows.
10 windows. Just 5 per side.
Yeah. if they
You wouldn't
want-
need them in the hallway, coming in either, I think it's only 4, because you got the downstairs as a window.
Mhm.
So we're doing 8 windows,
That's.
I think there's windows in
For those who
each
wonder what we're
entrance
talking
of the
about.
upstairs.
Is to
Yeah.
filter out some of the UV lighting for the.
If we
For
could
the
get it
architects.
quick, if we could get, specifics on what that window is and then. Let Bo know,
Yeah,
because I
can
think
let you
he's
know.
he's
I'll
a
find out.
museum kind of wizard, and I'd love for him to be able to put his eyes on that, to be like, yes, let's do it.
Because Bonneville makes a darker window. I mean,
Okay, yeah,
it's just more tinted, you
Yeah.
can't see in.
yeah, that's what we
But
were.
you still got you can look out, this is clear,
Yeah. Oh, great, I'm
If
glad.
you could let us know the price
Okay.
difference for
Yeah.
those two, we can compare that to buying the.
Okay.
And the name,
On the
I'll
inside.
get
But those
I'll
are
get
covered
price.
by, that's gonna be covered by that grant.
Yeah,
right, the Merc, oh, right.
Yeah,
Windows are all
yeah.
covered.
That's right.
So that's gonna mean a few extra dollars, but there's some,
yeah, we got
Some-
percentages, 20% extra, so we need to put those windows, at least those 8 windows. For the light,
Yeah, so if we could just get the
the info.
the
The
info,
options, yeah.
yeah, the number, like
Yeah, the
whatever,
strength of the UV
exactly, and then I can send it over to Bo and have his eyes on it, just so.
It's the next step up, it's the one they got the map.
All right,
so this hopefully doesn't make it too dark up there. So that's the balance, right? To do the filtration of the UV rays.
It's the sunlight coming in, it won't come in.
Still get some light up there.
yeah, yeah, we can talk to him about that too. All right.
Okay, so I'll get the information from Craig and I'll try to get it sent to you.
Yeah, that would be excellent. Thanks, you guys. All right.
Okay, thank you.
More guys.
You're welcome to stay.
Yeah.
Nobody likes that meetings, they come, they go.
I know. Yeah. You have critters and humans that are calling my name up there.
Angry humans.
I think Dennis is here with the flower for the flower bed. Yeah.
Oh. Take care.
Thank you. We're gonna talk about flowers.
Yeah, okay, perfect, perfect.
We do that now?
No, yeah, we might as well
Okay,
jump over to
do
that. That's right at the bottom of our budget, or that won't take very long. Yeah. We already kind of know what the plan is, it's just to get it done.
Just to review how it all started, the town meeting, that I had this buddy who was willing to plant some flowers for us.
Uh-huh.
And so after communication with Richard, back and forth a little bit, it became clear that our plan to have Eric plant some flowers and we have the community members come and pull weeds. An easy project, it wasn't gonna work. because something else was thought of that would be better. And that's fine. Eric is bowing out, and so the town can now proceed with. The last I heard from Eric, from Richard was, the maps and.
Either stone or bark, but,
Stone,
or bark.
and I didn't hear anything about flowers.
Or either one, we had discussed it was bark, either stone or chips. On top of the black fabric.
Yeah, and anything,
Topsoil, they're on the bottom.
any color coming out of all that, or just, do you look at stones?
You know, the single stones if you go with chips.
Okay,
If you go with the bark, it'd be bark, but if
Yeah.
you do the fabric, your fabric's gonna be.
are there gonna be any plantings of anything?
Yeah, you can plant.
Oh, okay,
What you do is burn a hole in your fabric.
okay,
You put your plant in the ground.
Yeah.
Then if you can't have 6, 7 inches of topsoil on top of fabric, you're gonna be.
you're gonna
growing
contract it back to some, you're gonna do it yourself? I'm just curious.
We were gonna do it ourselves,
We were gonna do it.
road fabric.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
and,
It's road fabric the best.
and putting in holes and putting plants in, you're gonna buy some plants, or how's that?
Well, if you guys don't wanna do it now, right? So,
That's right, yeah.
Okay, so.
It wasn't consistent with Eric's plan was, he's got his own beautiful garden. If you ever go through North Troy.
Yeah.
On the way to Newport Center, if you're looking on the left at the corner,
He has no lawn, it's all
Yeah, I know where,
flowers.
yeah.
yeah, beautiful garden.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Anyway.
We just don't want no weeds to be picked up. I don't want to pick weeds up.
I was proposing town volunteers to pull
Yeah.
weeds.
That's easy to get, right?
Yeah, it's easy to talk about till.
But anyway, as long as you're proceeding with something, well, in my mind, we'll have some color there. Or just stones, I don't know, whatever you're doing, it's fine.
Yeah, so Eric kind of wanted some top of the fabric.
Hmm,
If you do that, you're gonna get weeds.
you're gonna have weeds.
And your fabric's useless if you do that, you don't even need the fabric. If you're putting-
Yeah, you might as well just put topsoil the way it is and dig it up.
And that's how we thought it was going to go.
Well, that Riverstone looks pretty good. You can still put potted plants on top of the
So
Riverstone.
if you guys want to do it the way it is,
Whiskey
we
barrels.
won't touch it.
No,
Yeah.
no,
We
it's-
won't touch it, right?
3-4
We'll
years,
leave
you
it the way it
know,
is.
black plastic
They want.
containers,
If you wanna do that,
you know?
we've stepped aside.
Okay. Yeah, so,
I'd just like to see a little color there.
Yeah.
so,
Sure, no, we can
I mean,
see.
this is not the first time we had this conversation.
no.
We've talked about it.
It's been a mess there for
So we
many
need
years.
to dig some of that material up, and then we can go with what Richard's just explaining or whatever.
Yeah.
We have to add some topsoil and fabric, on top, and what do you think, Rosemary? Your garden?
There's always gonna be weeds.
Yeah.
Eventually, you could prolong them, but you can't get rid of them, right?
Well, the
It
seeds flying.
depends
yeah.
on, like, if you wanna have something a lot more. Maintenance free or not, as soon as you get into containers, then you have to water more.
Right,
It's really kind of. If you set up a watering system or, it. There's no sure, fast way to
Right.
get rid of weeds. I mean, I think what you were proposing is if you're already there on Thursday. Few minutes here and there, probably get it done.
I was going
But-
to pull in the whole, I
Okay.
get town members to volunteer. to pull
I'm
weeds.
sure anything with colors and other things, it's.
Anyway,
You
I think
gotta
you guys
think
are on
through
top of it,
maintenance.
so.
Okay,
Alright,
That's
but
great.
we'll try to be.
we tried. We got many other stuff to do.
Did you get that,
I did.
okay,
Yeah, I'll call you back tomorrow.
all right, take care.
Thank
Thank you,
Dave.
Dave.
so plan of action. We don't wanna just talk about it here then.
No, we're gonna have to clean it out, and we're gonna have to.
Yeah,
I went in there with a shovel, and we got probably that much root in there underneath there.
Roots,
Really?
All kinds of roots of grass.
yeah, but it is stuff that we can dig
Yeah,
out.
we dig it up, yeah.
So when do we wanna do that? You wanna pick a time?
But
Can I get in
I gotta
there?
do
Tractor,
recycling.
my small tractor, bucket, get that.
Oh, we gotta have hand shovel.
Yeah, it's gonna have to be,
Well,
Yeah, but that would be fun.
but I can,
Unless we get Eric's mini excavator to take it all out and have him put some fresh topsoil.
we have, maybe when we get done here.
We'll
that
look at it.
Stuff over there.
We'll figure out a day.
You got a spade in your pickup?
Well, I
You know,
didn't,
dense
I
that
didn't say
stuff.
we're gonna do it tonight, So we get a plan of action.
Okay, we'll go look at it.
Yeah,
I can come with my dump trailer if it's something.
yeah, I can.
We need it, you can do it in the weekend, we need Richard.
Yeah, no, I can.
I gotta do recycling this Saturday, so after, this Saturday afternoon, you leave it.
This Saturday afternoon.
If you wanna do it this Saturday. Yeah. I gotta recycle Saturday morning, so.
Sunday,
Maybe we
Saturday.
can recruit a couple other guys during the recycling to have them come help us.
Oh, there you go.
Alright, let's try for Saturday afternoon.
We'll dig it up.
Okay, we went from the top to the bottom, now we'll
Yeah.
walk our way back up. Number 6, discuss legal trail agreement policy permit meeting of 11 minutes, so set up work meeting date to finalize that document. So, yeah, I think we need to have a special time to sit down and do that.
We do.
You know, because we talk about it, we have a meeting here, we get. Plenty some other things to do, and we have to sit down. So
Yeah.
We've had, what you guys gave us, we got opinions from the attorney, and we got, opinions from. Vermont League of Cities and Towns, and I think we need to kind of filter those, and see what we can come up with, that's.
And we need to done right off.
Yeah, it needs to be done, right, so. I don't know if we wanna pick it at the time, I mean, it's the select board's job at the end, I mean, you gave us some good suggestions, but it's our job to finish it up. And,
One item was in there that was the attorney said the bond issue.
yeah,
That
that,
was
There's
one
no
item.
need for it because there's no work,
well, it's
just
just,
time to do it anyway, because it's
the other piece I was interested in from, I think, Vermont League of Cities and Towns is to be careful not to make it too complicated, because there's no responsibility for the town to maintain legal trails, so it's pretty hard to put that responsibility on somebody else. As well, so that's just another little piece of discussion that we have. to have. That doesn't mean we walk away from it, it's not what I'm saying. But we have to make it so that it's. You know, a little bit of good intent from everybody. So I'm not sure if you guys are ready to offer a time where we can sit down and work on.
whenever it's time's best for, what's bad, I mean, so, whatever.
Yeah,
I know this Friday, we're gonna spend you.
We got a full day Friday.
Friday afternoon, we got a full day.
Yeah.
Does that work for you on Friday?
This Friday, not
No,
the Friday.
It's not this Friday.
but The Friday afternoon is when during the week that you.
Yeah,
guys-
a Friday afternoon would be good.
Okay.
A Friday afternoon.
Yeah, it works for
Do
me,
we
any
wanna,
Friday.
do we wanna look to the, I mean, I don't wanna push it too far. but-
No, you want to push it too far, sooner the better. Maybe even some evening this week, I don't have no problem this week.
Yeah, right, won't be a long meeting
Tomorrow
anyway.
night, I may be late. Every night.
It's one subject, so.
Or again, it's one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be a night.
Yeah, I mean, if we sit down for an hour and work.
Yeah, an hour, we can discuss it.
We could probably come up with something pretty good, because we've already done quite a bit of background thinking on all this, so. You wanna try that night this week?
This week would be really difficult for me, I'm just thinking. I have a hearing, I can't do Thursday, I could do Wednesday before 7 p.m.
Oh, yeah,
I could
it'd
do
have to be before
Thursday,
7.
or I could do Friday.
Oh, Wednesday night work, you guys?
1:55.
5 o'clock, Wednesday night?
The 30th?
4 o'clock?
No, this week, this Wednesday, 23rd.
Oh, the 23rd.
Maybe 6.
Yeah, it works for me.
6
o'clock.
possible, not to be so,
Yeah.
it's
No?
just, this is like
Okay,
the tree planting week for me, so.
Wednesday,
Everything
sir.
happens right now. As soon as they leave out, then I have to stop.
So we're talking the day after tomorrow,
Yes.
and what time?
6
6 p.m.
6 will work for me, or 5:30 or 6, but 6 is good,
Well, you can't come before 6.
That's great.
Yeah, I mean,
works for me.
I mean, you guys are welcome to come, but it's not obligatory either. It's our job, really, right?
Right.
So the input is all welcome, no question. I'm not trying to keep anybody out of it. So,
6
but
p.m.
6 p.m. That is April.
You okay with that, Nikki? You gonna take notes, yeah?
That work? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're talking Wednesday, the 23rd
Yes.
at 6 p.m.
Do we, you okay with that, right? You want to post nothing for that?
It's a work session, we probably would have to, when we approve it, it's gotta be at a warrant meeting. But a work session, I don't know that we have to warn that, do we?
I would still warn it,
Okay, you don't have a lot of time,
you know,
is that doable or not? I mean,
I don't know, I think it needs to be warned. I think because of the sensitive nature of it,
Yeah.
it would be better to warn it,
okay.
whether it's a work
Could we make
session
a
or not.
motion to extend it like tonight and extend it for Wednesday night?
You could not adjourn your meeting, you could
Recess the
continue
meeting,
it.
but you still have, I mean, if you're warning it, it won't make a difference. Still gotta warn.
It's the 2 days, so you would want it as a special meeting, so.
Yeah.
We want to make sure.
Maybe it's too soon, maybe we can't do it Wednesday, I just said that, doesn't have to be Wednesday.
How about the next week?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. The following week.
That would be the 30th. I think it works for me, but
We could do it earlier. Like,
I think I
next
may
week,
have
it's not.
Something going on Wednesday, I can find out,
what about Tuesday?
Tuesday's better,
Okay.
I think my granddaughter's taking me out
20.
to dinner, my birthday.
Your birthday?
Tuesday's good.
Tuesday, the 29th.
You make it.
And are we saying 5 PM now? Is that doable?
Yeah.
Is that okay for you?
Five, for me.
Yeah,
Yeah, I can leave it through.
5 p.m.
okay,
5 o'clock.
and we're gonna call. Yes, do you think?
Like, the purpose of that meeting is to finalize this, right?
Yeah,
Well, it's
so we wanna finalize it, get it done.
It would be great if we can finalize it.
Okay, because I just had a couple of questions. I did read through that,
Yeah.
that draft that I could ask tonight.
Yeah, you
Or I
want
can hold them off. I have to go to my.
Sure, we can ask when you
Yeah,
want.
get tonight.
Yeah, that way if we need to think about that.
Well, that was it. There
Yeah.
are things that,
Perfect.
when I read it, I went, ooh, kind of thing. So that's.
Yeah,
that's-
so,
Me from the attorney, that you're talking about?
Yeah, we can talk about it.
yeah, so it's a good time right now.
Okay, so we're at 5 PM on the 29th.
Mhm.
To try to. There was something in the. Well, one, I don't understand. The document is a policy and you will also have an ordinance. There'll be both. There'll be a policy.
Why does it need to be an ordinance, not just a policy?
I don't know, I just, in my mind, it was supposed to be, it was in the towns usually do.
I mean, if it
ordinance,
serves
no,
the
they
purpose.
just have a policy.
Yeah, you
Okay,
can just-
all right, at that, it was just, I was confused and 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 there's something specific in there about where the trail intersects with a road. In this case, Ball Ground Road,
Sure.
they're supposed to have 50-foot visibility,
Possibility.
and has anybody checked?
Not
When you
yet,
come up out of there,
yeah,
You haven't.
and
The road's been-
so I just don't wanna have something in the policy. That either that has to be a
Yeah.
mirror put up there, or, I mean, the number seems
Yeah.
reasonable, but.
so
it's a-
then, that question makes me think, are there other places in town that are probably know better
Right.
already?
Well, it's an unusual, you
Yeah,
know,
but
it's steep
there's
coming
probably some of
up,
that too.
and there's some space there, but I don't know whose land it is, and.
Mhm.
Yeah, when you stop at the top of the road, you can see clearly both ways.
You can?
Yeah, you can.
Oh, okay, and there's a place to stop?
Yeah, it's
Yep.
pretty,
Okay.
pretty flat.
All right.
when you stop.
Yeah,
Okay, good. And,
I don't think visibility is not that bad there.
No,
Well, is there enough
There
flat
needs to be,
space
if there's a stop
to
sign,
look? I mean, it's like this and then it's Ball Ground Road. So are you looking when you're already on Ball Ground Road, or is there still a little
if you
bit?
stop.
From my recollection, it's like right.
It's probably a 30% grade maybe, I'm not
Yeah.
quite
I don't
sure.
think there's enough room to get still on the trail and
Yeah.
get visibility. Like, I think when you're out of it, you're already on Ball Ground
How
Road.
wide is this building?
This is 30 feet,
Yeah, so just a little wider than this,
Yeah.
is 50 feet,
50
so
feet the length.
even if you're coming up, if you stop before the road. obviously, there needs to be a stop sign.
Yeah.
You know, and if somebody stops at the road, if you're there, you can see 50 feet plus.
We can check it out, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I just, again, you don't want to do something
Right.
that have it, you know,
Right.
I don't have, a feeling when we do that. Yeah, I think all this can all wait, and not an ordinance, just the policy and then the permit. All right, good, I thought it was.
Yeah, I read it
Pretty-
again just a couple days ago.
pretty, Did you have, was
I
there
read that
anything you
too.
saw that, the draft?
I'm
that-
still hung up with, the incentive for compliance. For a private landowner to do all that. What's the enforcement arm?
Yeah, so that's part of the point, is to not make something that's so complicated. That we're gonna need to be police all the time. You know, so anyways, this is
I
conversation.
understand,
Yeah,
but that's my
We
question.
should have that conversation,
Yeah,
All
you
right.
know, and try to delve into it a little bit. So are you planning on coming?
absolutely.
Yeah,
Good, thanks for raising that.
Right, well, we'll carry on the conversation. We'll just that
Next
talk,
Tuesday, great.
okay? Anything else on that before we move to the next one? The next one is the proposed wastewater project.
See you.
Thank you. I'm not sure I have anything except some. That this kickoff meeting is a public meeting.
that's late, that's in September, it sounds like, if I remember right, I read it right, it's late.
Well, no, this
No, the
Friday.
kickoff are coming this
This
Friday.
Friday.
Oh, it could be this Friday?
Kickoff.
But they're not gonna start the,
Oh, the work?
I thought the work's gonna start late fall.
Yeah, but the kickoff meeting they're talking about, right?
Well, it's just what part of the work, it is all this identifying all the properties and.
Sewer there,
Putting
sewer going.
flags and.
If I read it right, they're not, maybe I gotta read it again, but I thought they're gonna start in the fall, or September, October. I think September. If I read that right, I'd have to bring that up.
Yeah.
Well, I'll look at it before Friday.
I don't know.
Well, I think some of it is, it's us, it's gotta.
They still wanted our help. To get all these.
Yeah, to get
Couple
that,
of
that's the beginning of it,
Why?
I mean, there's no construction. I mean,
Maybe it'll
they're gonna-
fence it in.
They're gonna drill some holes, so you're gonna make that whole thing.
Yes, they have to,
And I'm
yeah.
not sure. but-
Maybe that's gonna fall, maybe they're trying to do the legwork first, probably. Possible. I gotta read it again.
Yeah, well, we can
Yeah.
get those answers this Friday. But that's at, is that at a designated time?
2:30.
2:30,
30.
yeah, in a couple
That's
days.
gonna be a busy day, I gotta leave by 4, the latest.
What's the following?
And
Tell me how.
The first one is the air agency transportation. at
okay,
12:30,
yeah,
and then-
12:30 or what?
And then,
ALT then, okay,
12:30?
so yes.
and then it's this one. So do we need to sign the grant agreement?
You do need to sign the agreement that then we have to send back to the state. So
Okay.
this is the revolving state fund.
Thought I did that already. Maybe I did.
Well, we've signed a couple of things. So this is the actual loan amount that goes to the, I think, to the bond bank. So there's numerous places to sign. Jake, you signed. I marked them all with pink. There's one place where Lisa signs. The middle one is where the three of you sign, and you sign, Jake, you sign the first one. And the second one.
Let's do it more.
And does anybody have any objections if I slice the mowing bid so that Nikki can write them on a spreadsheet to make it easier for you?
Sure.
Do that, okay?
Okay.
Okay with that?
It's good that you got. a bunch
Got
of them.
5 bids.
Really?
There's not a heck of a lot of grass that's gonna need to be mowed across it right here.
Not right
It's not
now.
bare ground. Okay, so here we also. Just one thing that we all signed.
Can I ask another question about this? We have no idea how many people might show up
For what, for
for this meeting. It's a public meeting.
you mean the work meeting for the road thing?
No, the work meeting
Oh, for this,
for this.
no idea.
Um,
With
and,
this being what?
but that we
It's
are
just an-
prepared for something, and I mean, I'm happy to call them just to get a sense of, like, do we have a clear sense of what the presentation and just what's it, have they sent us an agenda for that meeting?
No, we made an agenda,
We made an agenda,
because we needed to post something.
okay, and is there something in there for public comment?
Yep.
That is my
So-
concern.
Lisa needs to sign.
Oh, you're saying again?
No, I think just Lisa now, pretty sure.
Yeah.
Two places.
We had something to do?
Sure, just Lisa.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're, Lisa needs to sign here, and then I think we're left to bad with.
And I wanted to share with you, the first person who asked me in the village about it said, sign me up
Sign me up, good,
for the wastewater system.
yeah,
Good.
So that was
That's good.
unsolicited,
sure,
but
I hope they don't think that by signing up, it means that we're ready to construct this.
no, he was just very happy about it, that this absolutely is necessary, and it was just nice to
That's
get
good.
that unsolicited, that
Mhm.
he had seen the agenda, and asked me,
Because they know the systems don't pass.
okay,
Hey.
They're at water, the sea level here.
okay, and so. Is there anything else that I'm on here for? No?
Don't think so.
So,
Creation. Right,
so, let's see if I got it.
Yeah.
Great.
yes,
Two there.
yes, I will be here. I'm a fish for that. Yeah.
Hey,
Right.
thank you.
And see, you're welcome.
All right.
You're welcome.
Okay, something local hazard mitigation plan. Gotta get a chance to read that.
Mhm.
So we did another word. I guess Allison will do quite a bit, but I.
That was mostly Allison.
Yeah.
So what you're signing for this is just there has to be the resolution I sent you, certificate of local adoption. And then this gets sent to the state for their final approval.
That's the signature.
Yep, so, and you probably should have a motion for this.
Motion to approve the hazard mitigation plan update.
I make a motion that we sign the local hazard mitigation plan.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous. Today is 4/21. State on local emergency management plan. We got so many plans. Plans and policies. Oh, man, such an improvement.
Not like the old days. This is the one that used to be called the LEOP and then the LEMP and
Yeah.
I don't know what it's called anymore. Anyways, I don't have it ready yet. We have another month to get it done, so we'll just need to table it.
Okay, Swimming.
But this is the one where we update all the local contacts and they get listed with phone
Okay.
numbers, so if there was an emergency,
Okay.
you would pull out that document and you have, you know, the local contacts, fire, police, everything. Shelters.
Okay, so we're up to number 10 now to approve the warrants for March 3/10. More. Okay, 3/10, 3/25,
And
and this would be one more, no,
Yeah.
it's okay.
I'll make a motion to approve the warrant that we signed earlier.
Yep, no, second that motion.
And I agree that it's unanimous, okay. Join and have the fund budget status report.
I looked at
I
it,
went through
it
it.
looked good.
Yep.
Any question on that, Lisa, on the highway report? Highway? Anybody?
I think it's pretty good if you have to check.
Yeah.
And review investments, things.
They look at it, and there's nothing we can do. Up and down.
Well, I did call,
Dan,
Then,
Daniel.
but he hadn't returned my call.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try again tomorrow when I'm here to call and ask him if what we could do exactly with that.
yeah, so
Cause I don't know, it's a mutual fund that's been placed there for so many years,
Mutual fund right now, you shouldn't lose that much percentage.
but I think that one was kind of
It's
a
a safe zone.
safe
Yeah, the
zone.
mutual fund is the safe zone. And your annuity for your, same thing as like your,
but we could have a
Yeah.
conversation with her about, if there's an intent to try to use the money generated to support the library, like it used to years ago.
yeah, that's what they're thinking about doing that.
So,
So then he might say we need to
Change things around.
change some of those investments to some, I don't know that, I'm not an investment.
but would you like me to ask him to join us the next meeting and then they could be here and hear it also?
We could have him, it wouldn't
So we
necessarily.
could do
take
it
long.
at,
Yeah,
the next
I don't-
meeting.
it sounds like they-
And they could hear, and if they have their own questions, they could ask their
It sounds like
questions.
they wanna try to keep some of that and keep it for the.
Well, that's what it's for, we don't wanna just suck money away forever for nothing.
Yeah.
No,
And
and
we
then
used
use
to
our
use
money.
the
out.
interest years
We
ago.
didn't have grants like that in the past, so if you guys place that money.
We've been
you know,
lucky.
Yeah, now
We've
it's
been very
like there's a
lucky.
lot of grants, so you can use to help out the library with that. So I'm gonna schedule that appointment with him if we could do it right next week, the next board meeting and.
Okay, and then both the general and highway fund budgets, no question,
No
not budgets,
question.
but updated ones, yeah. Okay, highway update, Eric's not here.
Do we know if he's coming?
I just texted him. He hasn't answered yet.
That's a shocker.
I don't know whether they're working. I thought he was gonna do streets here, April 21st, did he say that?
I think it was this week. As his kid's on break, so I think he was gonna help.
Yeah.
So I don't know, didn't see him
The
today.
Eric's on. I saw him today driving around.
He's,
Well, I don't know if you said he was maybe gone or.
no, his son is off from school.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, they're on break this week, so he wanted to do it this week.
Oh, the clean,
Yeah,
yeah.
it looks nice when it's cleaned up.
There's a lot of sand.
I heard it was gonna be this week, yes.
Yeah, good.
But he doesn't know if the kids can all do it, so he's squeezing in something. He's gonna have it done, he said
Oh,
he's
yeah.
gonna have it done.
It'll get done before September.
No, I gave him this week,
Oh, you did?
yes.
Okay,
You put him on the
Good.
leash.
so, for update on Core Basin culvert,
What we gonna do there, any
anything
sign,
happening
any,
there? Eric was gonna look about getting
Ordering it first, right?
getting the material kind of lined up, so
Right.
that we get it ready for the people who create that stuff, and I don't know.
yeah, he was gonna call, see if he can get that.
Well, it was being put out to bid by, Ted
And you know
Sedell.
if that's happened.
No, I don't know.
Okay, nice to know something.
I do not know. The last I heard was, just read this one.
So.
Yep, the packet is all complete,
So that guy taking care of that.
yes. So he had emailed and asked if there was anybody that we wanted to bid on it besides Eric. And I said it would be best to talk to Jason at AOT and, see who he would recommend.
Yep.
And he asked if there was anybody who wouldn't want, and I said, no.
Well, yeah, if you don't want somebody that don't pick that bid, right? If somebody bids that doesn't have a good reputation, you
Right.
don't get it.
So,
And that would be just for the work, because it. Well, I don't know, I mean, if Eric is already looking to order material, that. Probably the material is probably not the bid, it's part of the work that's in the bid. And the material is separate.
Well, that cover should be with material in bid and everything. I mean, it's all
Well,
When I mean by material, I don't mean the gravel, but I mean
with the culvert and all that,
the
yeah.
the culvert itself.
That's got, the contractor will have to buy that, or we'll put the bid in, you get the price from them.
right, so I'm confused what Eric would be.
Yeah, so he probably can't be ordering.
I wouldn't be ordering anything
That's
yet,
part of it.
Right, it'd be part of the bid, but there was material.
right, but not to be ordering because it hasn't been awarded yet.
Well, it'd be good to do.
So we need to talk to Eric on that.
Oh, who's gonna speak to Eric about, the driveway, getting a quote on the driveway work at the library,
Huh?
the library,
To
Yeah.
get a quote, never mind.
Yeah, I can call him, I can talk to him.
okay. If he doesn't come tonight,
And then the FEMA work map meeting update. I attended by Zoom, a meeting that lasted, I don't know, an hour and a half. About the new work map. Meeting, not meetings, work maps. For flood stuff, so we went like that, and I couldn't access those maps at home. Have you tried accessing them?
I emailed the person and they sent me another way to get into it and. We went round and round and had to update a whole bunch of passwords and entered it 5 different ways and
Still not,
we still can't get in.
I don't know why they make it so complicated.
I
Well,
don't know.
it's
It's
good.
public information. What's the big deal?
Yeah. So I tried to access them at home, so they showed at that meeting, they were showing how some maps have changed. They've actually pushed out the flood zones in some places, and they've actually brought some back in some places that never have flooded and so on. And so they want the towns to look at those to see if they're okay, and that, I kind of wish we had that conversation while Pat was here, because their board ought to be looking at those too.
And I've sent her some of the stuff along the way.
Yeah.
She actually, I think, did go to that FEMA meeting also.
I think she was on it.
Yes.
Yes, she was. I
Yeah.
remember seeing her name on it.
Yep.
So,
So Nikki and I were gonna try, again, to get in with the new information that they sent us at the end of the week. So I wanted to have the maps printed for this meeting, but as soon as we can get in, I can try to print those maps and then I could scan them and send them to you.
yeah.
That'd probably be the easiest
feeling
way.
that it's probably not gonna affect us that much, but there's some places that.
Yeah.
They showed us just a few examples. They didn't do Westfield, but. It was kind of interesting. You know, I think the guy that was hosting the meeting was really knowledgeable and he was very easy to understand.
Good.
But when the link, I tried to, I said, oh, maybe it's because I'm not a municipality in my own private computer, but I guess it didn't make any difference here. So that's about all we got to say on that until we get to that.
Yeah.
Update on. FEMA 47 funded leak in the mountain road event award changing from 75% to 90%. Like,
That's good.
yeah,
Yeah, I tried to
Not bad.
go in and look at what that meant dollar wise, but it wasn't obvious on the forms,
yeah.
on the FEMA website where I was, so.
So is that just something that's for our information, or do you need to do anything?
No, I don't think we need to do anything.
Just
if we do it, it'd be a signature to get the money, but I suspect it's gonna be like the last time. That we just got a direct deposit into our account, so
So that
Lisa,
money will be coming.
yep,
Good.
so Lisa hasn't, she hasn't been in the bank account today, so,
Year and a half, 2 years?
yeah.
2 years in July.
Yeah.
So it's when we get that money, we'll just email you and let you know how much it was.
Yep. Number 12, Merck grant open sealed bids for phase 1 projects. We have some bids? No bids?
No bids?
No, actually had Fred that came over and visit,
Walk away.
but then he said that he got busy with other things and.
They submit any bids?
And then I called him up and asked him if he was gonna do it, and he says, no, he says, I'm too behind and I can't get it to you today.
Good.
So I said to him, I'll see what we have in hand and then we could go from there, but I said, so that's why, but the only one that we got is B&H right now. So yeah, so Fred's did not submit anything.
All the, in their folders, in your folders is this, which is all the bids we did receive from the HMD and we are untagged, but I put them all in the spreadsheet, and then the ones highlighted in blue and purple, these are the same, there's a bid for the same thing, there's two different options. And then the yellow, we never got a bid for it.
It says Richard.
This one's a grants. Mine, they're all the same though, right?
Yes,
Or did you correct that paperwork?
no.
Do I get both sides?
So yeah, the bid that was, had to be submitted for Thursday for 4 o'clock. It was only for, plumbing and electric. And those are just the two that we got, was B&H and D&D Electric.
Okay, so we're good on that to start?
So that means that if that's all we got for bids, we can accept those.
Yeah.
We did our due diligence or whatever. Okay.
So we got, so.
It's two ways, so you have to decide which,
Cause the D&D Electric actually is like the lightning, are we keeping the same style of lights? And then this one, LaDonna could explain what he said, she never,
This is,
never got to it about this one.
that's a LED light. that gives
This
you
is-
light.
we can have this style light or we can have that style light.
In here.
I think you ought to
In
use the same
the whole
size,
Wouldn't it
office.
be nice to use the same?
because you're gonna have marks in your
You
ceiling.
don't wanna mess up the ceiling.
Yeah.
Well, we looked at that, so
Yeah, you took one down?
we took one down.
Yeah, you're gonna have
And-
troubles.
It's not really, it wouldn't be that noticeable, but this is the style light, similar, very similar to this that got put in the vault, and my concern with this is that it really, doesn't radiate the light out because it's so small, it more goes like that,
Which one?
This one?
this one.
You know, that one.
Oh, because
And-
you've seen what it's doing.
Cause I see in the vault, it's not nearly as, it's a brighter light, but it doesn't light the vault up as much. So I asked him about that and he said this kind of lighting, because you've got the sides
Yeah.
too, you know, that are the lights coming out through.
So can you, I think I know the answer, but you can convert these to LED.
Yes,
Yeah.
Yes,
And then they'll be the same from what we see right now.
Change the
Yep.
ballast in the bulbs.
Yeah,
Yep.
take the ballast out.
Out.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
That-
what,
that might be-
that's what we should do.
Yeah,
this is
so,
also for the community center too, are we doing the both? We're leaving it the same way, or we're going with those?
Community
I
center.
would leave the lights where they are, just change them over to LED.
I think
Be
it's-
simpler.
It's the difference.
No more painting the ceilings over again.
yeah,
Oh yeah, the motion light for, oh yeah, the other one is outside light, I didn't know if you guys wanted it, to leave the motion light on, it comes on and it's at night.
oh, that's,
For the outside light,
it's activated by light, by
Yeah.
darkness. So it's
or
not a
you
motion
want
light,
it,
it's a light that's.
no,
It's like
he's
street-
talking about changing it to a
it's a
motion
motion
light.
light, but then when there's nobody there, it's dark.
Yeah, I would be opposed to that,
Yeah, I'd
except for the
rather
bug
have-
thing.
I'd rather have a light that's always on
Okay.
when it's dark.
Lisa's biting her tongue off over there.
So do you have a reason why you want it? dark?
Insects.
no.
Well,
Because
I'm
I was
not-
giving options,
Yeah, sure.
because I didn't know at first if the motion light, because I noticed that the lights are not always on all the time either, especially on the second floor.
there a light up on a second floor?
Yes.
Oh, you're talking about inside the building?
Outside, like,
Outside, we're talking
No,
about
there's-
outside.
I don't think there's a light upstairs.
yes. Where the-
Yes, on above the exit,
Okay, above the fire escape,
yeah, the fire escape, there shouldn't be one there.
There's never been one there.
No, the light, you have a light switch there to turn it on and off, because I did turn, if I mistake, by cleaning, I did turn it on one time. And then I noticed it was on all the time, so I went back and shut it off. But I think it's kind of important, since it's a door, that it should be,
A motion.
that's why I was thinking motion there, because you know, if you go up the stairs, someone goes up, you could see more when the cameras comes on. Or
Yeah, I guess
if you
that
guys
part.
want, so that's the one I was thinking more, but like the downstairs and all that, they should be turn on automatically when it comes, you know, nighttime, that
Yeah.
it comes on. And those are the ones that I was.
Yeah, I think the escape one upstairs should be a motion
Should
light.
be a motion.
So you need to come downstairs, they ain't gonna turn on that switch.
I'm just thinking also with someone going up the
If they're
stairs.
snooping, the light will come on.
Yes, and that's the thing, that it's important that, you know,
Yeah, that'd be a good idea for that. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me too.
so I might vary a little bit again, because
Yeah.
he wrote motion light, but I think we were talking about that it comes on, because then I had the conversation with Jake, and he wanted to have it when it's nighttime, that it's bright, I mean, the lights are on
Yeah.
around the building. And that also would be the front door, do you want it motion, or you want it to turn on when it's,
The entrance by the road,
Yeah,
the
that
road.
should be a motion, saves electricity or not?
what's there now? Is there a light that's?
is there
Yeah,
like the
there's a-
same thing as upstairs?
LED's pretty efficient.
Is that on or is that off?
I don't really know.
It's on,
It's
it
on.
stays on
Like,
But
I
it
mean,
goes
I
off
like
by
that.
itself during the morning.
in the morning.
I kind of like to have some light around the building.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's
I
just,
think we'll leave it like that,
yeah,
So, okay,
and just the fire escape would be more.
be more important for the,
Yeah.
for safety.
How come this building never got 2 doors put in it?
2 doors,
yeah,
Yeah,
We were,
that's an interesting thing, huh? You could be
they,
stuck.
the state approved it.
You
Like that.
can go out a window.
Yeah.
Need
if you could get it
The
open.
fire, you can,
The fire marshal approved it the way it was,
Yeah,
they
It's
didn't
just-
ask,
There's no way to get around somebody in here, it's like you're trapped.
you can't put one in the vault, because there'd be no break in to get in.
that's kind of an interesting question, you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I think the doors in the side of the building probably made a difference.
that's one less door for them to break into though, so.
That's true.
You know, you got.
You know,
right
North
here.
Troy got broken into, right?
recently.
Yeah.
The municipality at North Troy.
Oh, that was last week.
But I think between the door being the center of the building,
I
I probably
didn't know that.
we gotta approve of that.
Another person that was arrested too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Mm.
I was just curious.
We'll be surprised.
So we can accept those bids, right? The ones that bid on time, we can accept them if we want to. I think that's within our policy, our purchasing policy.
So the bid for the library, that's, they both bidded, that's done too, just the build, is this all buildings or just the?
also I have one question, the B&H. Plumbing for the heat pumps. You kind of have to make a decision quick on that, because they're having a hard time with the tariff going up and down.
Is it going up
And he goes, this is guaranteed only 15 days.
after today?
As of today, because he says, and then the thing, he can't have the same ones as those one here, because since they're all gone. They're back order now, no one could get those ones anymore, so he would go with a. Where is it, heat pump. Anyway, it's another company,
You talking library right now?
the heat pump for the library.
So the heat system, they would call them 19,500.
The heat pump here, it's 19,503,
That was for 2 units, right?
yeah.
Heating system.
Yeah, they call it heating system, but the furnace is staying there.
Mhm.
This is basically the one that we should,
So if we approve that today, we can order that tomorrow.
yeah,
Yeah. And they can put it in too.
Right.
Because I don't think, well, no, not quite yet, because.
Can do the bathroom in.
Yeah, that's right. He says they can hide a lot of that duct and not duct.
So question
right in the
is,
wall.
this, so B&H is no nothing to do with the bathroom here.
And the bathroom,
The
and
bath-
the windows here are in the next round of
Okay.
bids.
but
and we
it's
start
the next one, yeah, so we have to wait to see if we have anybody else coming for this one. Right now, we,
Heat and electricity. So we need a motion for D&H funding for the heat system for the library. Do we do one apiece or we just do them all together?
Whatever's easier for the minutes keeper.
What I'm thinking that he could probably do, remember Jake, when you talked the one in the library? Back to the wall where the books are,
That one could be done.
he could be doing that one, and you could probably leave the wire, and then we could have the second one.
Do
for
the
the
rough
adventure.
one.
Yeah. You could do the outside.
Or
unit.
I don't know, yeah, that's what I'm saying, I could talk to them to
Yeah.
see. Cause this is the problem, says
Right.
like the quote that he gave us a long time ago, that's no good.
So now is it okay with that today?
Yes, and
Well,
that's what
but
he's
he can order the
gonna,
stuff.
yeah,
Okay, so then, right now, we can approve, if you start from the top. BNH, BND, BNX, BND, BND, electric, all four of them,
And. the
and
B&H
even
garage.
BNH for the town garage. We,
And,
we can approve all of those,
and the community center too, right?
right?
For the lighting?
community center could be the furnace too. I don't know, what was he talking you guys about
The furnace and,
what happened at the community
So
center?
that's just the, for the rent,
All the.
no, well, tonight, yeah.
yeah,
So the heat system, was he changing downstairs? For the community center?
the furnace,
Here, if you wanna read all this,
One that we could talk about.
I think so, if I remember right, that was, right.
For the community center?
yes.
Install a high efficient gas furnace, yeah, new furnace.
Then they,
80, and recommendation, a 80-gallon water heater, is that included?
yes, well, it's because of the dishwasher thing. Yeah,
Really?
I thought he had said 65 though, but maybe,
80,
yeah. And that's not gonna be, that's just a circulator thing with the boiler, right? It's a tank with a circulator.
And when.
so it's a hybrid water heater, 80-gallon. The furnace is, it's a boiler, 140 MBH boiler. All the piping and everything, all your plumbing.
Cause when Fred came over, he was saying the same thing, 80 gallons. The only thing is, it's like, I know you want the hot water thing under the sink and all that, but it's a harder issue to
Handicap.
put it on the sink, you
You
can't put it
mean in the bathroom?
bathrooms. But remember what Nick was saying about that? Yeah, you have to put it on the wall, but they were not really suggesting that it was not really saving energy, and that Fred was saying the same
It
thing.
takes so little, because it's so little.
Yes,
So.
I don't know if you
So with the water heater going direct, would be, the furnace won't run, so that water heater that we
Well, it's
put
the-
downstairs, are they gonna take care of the?
It's the furnace that
bathroom?
runs it. It's the furnace that runs the. So right now, the plumbing is there for the bathroom.
Yeah.
So maybe then it might be as well to just leave it as it is.
Leave it as it is and hook up that heater.
Yeah.
The water heater is part of that, that's gonna be a heater for, just for the kitchen.
So all of B&H and D&D can be approved tonight.
Yes.
All
but we need
Yeah.
to make a decision on the hot water thing, heater thing.
Oh, what do you recommend?
We have to make sure it matches
So-
everything.
The thing is, the only issue is like we could talk about it again with now we know that they're the ones who's gonna do it. Maybe just to have a conversation, Chris, because I didn't work with Chris too much, it was with Nick, so that's why I didn't, but Nick is away this week, so he couldn't be at the meeting and talk about it. But I can't remember exactly the conversation we had, remember when we had with him that he,
You mean for the hot water?
yes.
Well, he had said 65 gallons
Yeah.
at that time, but now they're saying 80, that's just 15 gallons difference, it's not that much, and the difference. Those tanks are really well. There's a circulator that goes to the furnace.
Right, so they're using the same, yes, yeah.
And then the plumbing is already there for those bathrooms.
So,
So maybe we just continue with what's
Yeah.
there and never mind putting a little heater, won't have to buy one, it'll be. Oh, I mean, the pipes going upstairs are insulated right there.
yeah, so the heat, the 80, see, I got 80-gallon, well, 90-gallon at home. It goes through my furnace, but my hot water, when it cools down, it circulates through the furnace and takes care of my heater
Right.
in my water tank. And that's gonna be the same thing.
Yeah, the thing that I remember he said though, is that every one of those have to have a mixing valve.
Yeah,
So that, because the kitchen needs 160.
Right, 170, yeah.
Water, and the bathrooms, you don't want it over 120 or something.
Right.
right, so there's gonna need to be a listing.
I think
That's all we-
it is.
I'm sure that's in there.
Hey,
Start the show.
The town garage, is that in here too for the heat system, or?
yes,
Yes, it is.
yes, it's in
Yes,
there.
it is. It's the two white lines right there, well, no, that's, recycling center.
Yeah.
Thanks, sister. Yeah, they call that under recycling center. 37.
Yeah.
9 for the heating system.
Yep.
5,200 for the.
And it's gonna
We
be
probably gotta make a motion.
heat with the,
Get this going.
heat and check, heat,
Well, we
the air exchange.
25% or what?
Yeah, a lot of people lock it in, and that way they're done, they can order that what they need before. they go
Yeah, it
out.
went up quite a bit. Since the,
It went up
Did they go up?
$13,000 in total since
Who did?
license B&H.
Because of the prices
Tariffs.
increase.
Or they resubmitted it, didn't they?
I changed on there, so like that's, once I had that ready and then they submitted new ones,
Yeah.
the new pricing.
Yeah, Friday, Thursday before noon, I started getting some new ones, because they said they're all changed in prices.
Let's do it. then.
Do it, get it done.
So we can,
you wanna do it by
Approve.
vendor?
pardon me?
Do you wanna do it by vendor?
I have, I don't know if this works, but a motion to approve the bids received from B&H Plumbing, D&D Electric for the phase 1 roof bid.
And so, are you listing it based on each different building, or are you just saying all their bids?
I would
There it
list them
is.
in there.
You want it?
It might be a good
I can
idea.
go through and add it after.
I think the auditors are gonna be checking that carefully.
Yeah, so-
I thought we
To
should
that.
accept per building, cause you gotta keep them separate.
She can just list them.
Yeah.
We're gonna have this, all this here.
So the only thing on this sheet that we're not approving right now is the windows.
Only
That's correct.
Right.
That's not even on the sheet. The windows in the bathroom are not on that sheet.
But
The
there's-
windows for this office in the bathroom.
there's some up on top there, but that's not like that.
Oh, yeah, you can approve those tonight too. That's all you got for bids. This is the cooler ones.
Yeah.
Okay, so
These windows for this office.
Oh,
The
this
windows for
office.
all the other buildings.
So everything on here.
Do they get no price for windows either, no bid,
Just those cooler ones that you had.
no contracted bid on windows?
No,
but
Right
these-
now, we're just putting in the paper right now, it's just the,
It's everything on this sheet. That's not on the sheet. The only thing we didn't get any bid for at all was that heat envelope, which is your attic insulation, and your door
Yes.
sweeps and stuff. Nobody bid on that. So you can probably hire whoever because it's less than
Right,
10,000.
we can sub that out.
the reason we had to do it this way was because remember, we had to go back to the people for approval on
Yeah,
the
just gotta
things
go
that
for
worked in the,
Yeah,
and
right.
so once we got that approval, then we called that phase 2 and put that stuff out to bid. That's coming out in the paper.
So
Next
phase
week.
1 is this sheet. And we're approving
Yes.
phase 1 as listed. here.
Except the yellow stuff.
No, yellow stuff.
Yeah, including
Because there's
the-
no bid
no,
on it.
no, we just wanted to let you know that we still have this to.
Yeah, you still have that to do. It's just you didn't.
But there's no money there, there's no money listed.
So what's coming up for phase 2?
The windows for this office in the bathroom at the library.
Okay, that's it.
That's it.
I'll make a motion
I'll second that.
that we accept all these bids on phase 1 tracking.
Okay. Did you?
I'll second.
Okay, any other questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye. We got those.
Yeah, is that, so what's phase 3? The-
Solar.
Solar.
Figured,
So with that,
I figured, but I didn't do that.
That's final, all right?
We just gave you an approximately to the total amount here that we have until now.
yeah, it may change with the
It
yellow
may
one.
shine, yeah, it's gonna change with the yellow, but I'm just on, so this is the numbers we have until now.
So if they order material, they're gonna present you some bills for you, really, or not, contractors. And B&H, if you're gonna do the job, they don't want my.
Yeah. So we have to pay it, then it turns around, we get it, we
Yeah.
turn it around and it's.
No, we,
Yeah, I mean, they said
They-
that the turnaround was about a week.
Yeah.
The last time we talked about it, but.
When we get bills, we'll pay them.
Yeah,
we could do that, or they could wait till another week and then, I mean, we could send the bills, when as soon as we get the bills, we could send it in. And then in the meanwhile, we could just wait a week and then.
But these guys-
I'm sure they'll do that for us.
especially B&H, and they're gonna wanna order some material before the tariffs go in.
They may, I'm just
They-
wondering if they might want a little bit of help or.
No, I think you're good.
Okay, we don't need to poke that.
We won't poke the bear, they don't ask for it.
Here, I'm gonna talk to them, but I'm pretty sure they've been doing a lot of jobs and didn't.
Yeah. Oh, it's the same when they did some work for me, they didn't ask for anything.
I mean, not wait a month, for sure, I'm not gonna wait a month, but like, 'cause like, as soon as I get the bill, I'm gonna send it to them, and then I'll wait the week, and then. But it might be a week that, I'm thinking,
So you can schedule these guys to start the work, like D and D for the lighting and all that.
yes. In D&D, I'm gonna make sure the garage is done with your garage. Oh, you're closed?
Yeah.
Okay, so if it's.
We're just gonna keep stuff in the garage until we get, street sweep,
And then when,
and it'll be all out.
I mean, I don't think it'd be right off,
Actually,
because I think they had,
Yeah, I've got some plows in there, I'll take the plows out.
I'll let you
Is there-
know.
yeah, no hurry, I mean, the time they schedule.
I just wonder, when you said you need the heat, whatever,
Yeah,
if you're done. I'm
We can
gonna-
tell you when
plus
they
just need
schedule.
to have that door open. If no trucks are in there, I don't care, I just don't want it to freeze. That's all.
Have you talked to the door, have you talked to Eric yet, not Eric, but, Nick for the door, okay. Yeah, I'll talk.
Speaking about doors, a little bit off subject, but today Roger Warren came and picked up the oil. And that overhead door, when I come to close it, it wouldn't close, I started looking and it's I thought it'd be ice, I walked around that and then I could see the wire was broken in one eye. So I twisted it together and wiggled it and got it to close, but we're gonna need to change that wire.
Yeah.
It's been spliced up higher too, so,
Yeah, put them, yeah,
yeah, that's nothing to do with this, but I
Yeah,
just thought.
okay.
That's a problem there.
I'm gonna come back to this, but ENH, I don't know exactly when they're gonna be able to do this. But they could order their stuff that they need.
that's what I'm
And
getting,
I'm gonna think that they're gonna do it with the company, then they'll have it on the side, then
Walk
they-
bids in, that way they get the right price.
yeah,
Yeah, they can do some of it, I mean, they can do all the outdoor stuff at the.
whenever they wanna do it.
Do they want those quotes signed or are they gonna, like we usually do? We just tell them and
this.
Probably ought to approve those quotes and sign them,
Yeah,
just as a formality and get it to them as soon as possible, and they can do their ordering and stuff.
and did you talk to Craig about the windows schedule?
No,
So we go back to the windows at the library, that price is gonna change a little bit.
well, I know, that's the thing that we're not sure, like,
If we're gonna order 8 of the dark ones.
I didn't know where you were gonna what's gonna happen with tonight after the conversation,
Well,
so what do you?
I think we just ordered the ones that was supposed to, and if they need more dark. They can put shades, I thought.
I don't think they want too dark, though, that's the thing of it.
Yeah.
Because you don't wanna go up there and surround it dark.
So these windows, I look right through them,
Yes,
when
you-
like, I saw some at Pauline, you look right through, like nothing there,
Yeah, there's the sun, but the
some
sun
can't come in.
can't come in as much, but it does the light,
Must be,
Yeah, light
must
still-
must be the gas inside the paint, right?
Yeah,
something to filter you.
well, the better ones are gonna be triple pane. I forgot to tell you that, never been, he talked with that, they're gonna be like a triple pane to get that darkness
Mhm.
on the one upstairs. I'll get information from Craig. He's supposed to look at a price last week, he called me last week.
Same thing with all that stuff, if the prices are going up.
You gotta lock them in, that.
so do you have their quotes, Lisa?
I have some here, yes.
So they can sign them while they're here.
You can, you wanna stamp it with your thing, whatever, we do bills. Then we
Yeah.
can sign it.
So did give you an update, Bill, on for the window?
No,
That may change too.
that's why that window is gonna be,
No, we made mistakes,
Yeah. I'll call him.
unless some of the material they.
You want me to call him or you want to?
That's the problem.
well, no, you could ask him for the windows, but then I need the bid, and then we could probably. Sign that next meeting.
I mean, yeah, there's no difference on that.
Okay.
So we're gonna sign up, make sure all the windows, so today we're gonna do just B&H and then D&D.
It's still approved, or yeah, not, like, you can approve higher level,
Yeah,
because we don't have a bid right now.
yeah, just say we hire
Yeah.
Poland, but then the numbers might change.
Okay.
Who's copy with this?
Wait for the way. No, it's just.
Here, now, when I called in for the windows, I was gonna schedule, had to schedule, put it in, I was schedule thing, but I told, like,
So they want to run this stuff by this guy, this Bo, whatever.
Yeah. I mean, it's,
So,
I'll get him the information of the
yeah,
window.
give him the information and then,
They recommend not put no film inside any window,
yeah.
for,
It is.
I don't know why, but that's what they recommend. They went with a triple pane, there's another window, there was triple pane to reduce the sunlight in it.
Okay. Are we all
So if you guys wanna just sign those three right now, D and D, we're gonna have to ask him to rewrite the rate amounts for the motion light and not.
What's the, today's date, 22nd?
21st.
First. Gonna be 22nd pretty soon. I hope we're not still here.
Would be just neutral, right? Like we do?
Yeah.
We don't think it
This is the red light bill for the garage.
Guess that goes together.
Just two.
You get that, yeah, send it back then.
But what's the price of that? Well, it would be cheaper than. Well, yeah, this is the one, we're just doing the light bulbs here, right?
Yep.
Not do the windows in this building. That's
No.
okay.
Well, you could get the price from them though.
Yeah, I'll get it.
I said it's the lights, like
Yeah.
D and D,
I'll do it.
the only one I don't have right now is the light at the community center, because I'm gonna have to rewrite that.
Good work, buddy.
Changes, right?
Huh?
No more changes, right?
Right, not from us.
Nope.
Okay.
Did I talk to you about the library? I think, did I know which one I forget?
Today I found out today.
From me, well, when I said.
From here.
Okay.
Well, you guys know-
Are we done with Merck for now?
Yes.
All set. Okay, let's go back up to Eric. Update on the Coral Basin Road culvert. Do we know, I mean,
Never heard of that.
but Ted's putting all that stuff up a bit.
You
You don't know.
I haven't heard anything.
Yeah, he's gonna send you one, most likely.
Yeah, I haven't seen a thing.
So should we make contact with Ted?
I mean, it's April.
Yeah,
And then
I'll ask him what,
Yeah, 'cause I-
where he's at.
Yeah,
I was wondering that the other day, cause it's
yeah,
like,
because,
with what went on in St. Jay and Lindenville, structures might not get it this year.
what's going on there?
Well, just the flooding from
Oh.
last year.
The stuff that they have to,
Yeah,
yeah.
this is all precast structures, so
Mhm.
the
What-
sooner we know, the better.
Yeah,
I can get
so,
stuff ordered,
so how many people make that stuff
not very many,
in Vermont?
yeah.
I just,
Actually-
I sent you something that came in the email the other day for a company, I think that does that.
So what, all that precast, some precast?
Free cash call.
Yeah, I could. Whoever, Tyler. Bigginsley or Bigginsley, whatever his name is, but, he's the one that designed all these structures.
Right,
So I'll talk to him and find out where He,
where they source that stuff.
yes, yeah,
Yeah, because you can't do anything until the bids are awarded.
right.
So you think you're gonna have enough winter sand?
Yeah.
I think we're done. It was close.
It was cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, it should. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. I'll mix it in. That stuff, that stuff that's there is pretty bad.
Yeah.
because it's,
Silt, it's all powder.
oh, because on the back, because the wind blows that silt over, you
Yeah.
know. Grass doesn't even want to grow.
It's amazing how much that stuff flies,
Oh, the wind
well,
blows.
wind blows. Even that pile of ash, what Newport, where
Oh.
across from the.
Yep.
Yeah.
That pile's gone down a lot, just by blowing, yeah.
So,
I'll call Tyler tomorrow.
so,
So the other guy was sending the bid. Docs
supposed
up,
to, right?
the other guy was sending the bid,
Ted?
docs up.
That's-
Was Ted-
Yeah, Ted,
He was sending all the bid down.
But if you haven't got one.
right, you should have gotten one because he asked who else besides you,
Yeah,
he wanted to bid on it, and so
who else bid on?
We don't know.
I don't
Oh,
know.
yeah.
Oh, it's
I don't think he's put it, I don't even think he's put it out to bid yet, if you didn't get
I
a
haven't.
notice to bid. So I'll check in with him and see
somebody.
what the holdup is.
We only have a window of time.
So, today when I was, down Gerard, I went looking back and, you don't have any more posts, signposts, do you?
No,
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 like
no,
One, full one.
They're gone.
So we had talked about ordering some of those and,
well, we got a whole list,
yeah.
Dennis and I did that the last weekend.
Mhm.
Good.
So how many, oh, you said 35 posts?
That's what we need just for that,
Just what was missing in the road.
just for that. You wanna
Do
order
you
more?
want-
Missing for the road,
Might wanna order more.
Do we want to get 50 or?
Oh, yeah,
yeah,
that's just for what we needed there.
And what do we get, 12-foot posts?
No, we should switch to the, if we're gonna switch, we're gonna switch to the.
Oh, the square
switch to the
one.
Square,
Yeah.
so you're gonna get a 4-foot base and an 8-foot top. They're breakaway,
And then is there like a,
there's an adapter.
the sleeve, you need the sleeve,
Nope,
No.
it comes on the base.
So say it again what it is.
I think it's a 4-foot base and then an 8-foot top post.
Okay.
And a square,
And how about the brackets? They're square?
square
Yeah.
post,
Both of them.
that square post, we got a whole.
square receiver and square pole.
Oh, yeah, we got a whole list, we went and did all the road signs there, stop sign.
and I want a
Square post,
couple.
square receiver.
Of those.
Yeah, well, square, right?
So I guess if we get 50, we'll probably have a couple to sell.
Okay.
I gotta put my figure out.
I mean, stop sign we need or whatever, we got just 35 miles on, I didn't see the list, you got quite a few?
Yeah, I had,
Check stop signs.
yeah, well, I'll check them out, we'll find.
Does that mean?
That's nothing, that was a scribble, thing,
Yeah.
so they're taking, get rid of that. We find only 2 stop signs are missing.
So then do we need to get brackets, the signs that hold the sign on top, or do you?
I've been bolting them right to the.
You want some fender washers with that, or does that obstruct the sign, and it's something you don't, so those
They do.
bolts pop right through the
They
sign.
do, but those things that you buy for the top,
Mm-hmm,
those little adapters, they're almost as much as you post it.
hey,
Oh, yeah, there,
And what happens is they only grab this much of the sign, so when the wind blows, and if somebody wants it, all they do is get up there and go.
Yeah.
So I mean, I've just been bolting them, trying to bolt them so you can read the sign.
yeah,
you using big washers? in Your bolts?
Yeah, carriage bolt washer. I found it's the easiest way to do it.
Mhm.
If you get into everything that the state wants you to put up on them, your rivets and.
so we picked up, well, we got a list, we picked up a 35-mile sign in the pasture by across from Andy. We just really need one by the cemetery, that way it won't be in Morris's field. It won't be, it's just by the cemetery with line up, and get rid of that, take that and move it down
Well, there's
here.
already one on the corner by Andy's.
No, we don't, we just need one by the cemetery, that's all we need.
It's really not the right spot to have it, but
Yeah.
it should be on Roger's lawn.
Yeah.
But
Cause when they drive in, they won't see it. They won't even see it.
it will pass, you put it
Yeah,
by his mailbox or just
Yeah.
after the driveway, but
That yield sign is no longer a yield sign, it's just a triangle.
Just a,
Yeah. I think
just
that's-
a tiny piece of
I
aluminum.
got that down there.
That's the one sign that's been up since I started.
That's been out for many years.
When I was
Never
18,
moved
I got
away.
one yield sign there. Cemetery Road.
That road, you really
One
need
yield.
35 on one end or the other.
Yeah, we ordered a bunch of them.
Leave them in the middle, but
Any of them
And-
left over there? I think so.
we know, last time we put them up, we used all,
Yeah, I think I ordered 50 of them way back
You
years
did.
ago.
yeah.
Well, you gotta be using.
So how many
35, 40,
35 we need, Dennis?
37, I think,
I
signs
ordered 50 of them,
of the lot.
35.
Oh, no, 35 is just, I don't remember, 20.
Keep the bill on that one.
Just pull it right beside it.
Well, we budgeted quite a lot of money for signs, I think, and maybe not enough.
Right now,
Ka-ching, ka-ching.
You changed it?
Yeah,
That's gonna be $4,000.
oh yeah, 4, 5,000 easy.
Yeah.
and they'll be gone next week, next year, they'll be gone again. Shot up and run over and
That's the thing, that's
It's
the.
an endless battle.
Yeah, it is, in every town's got that problem.
Is it something that we should always buy every year? Cause I don't think we have bought some.
We ain't buying it.
I don't remember.
that's why we need so many.
When you bought signs, since I've been back on the board.
No, just a little bit each year. That's like,
Oh, Hidden Drive, did I put that one down there? Bob Moore, Hidden Drive,
Hidden Drive, where's that?
that's that sharp corner right after my daughter's house. Bob Moore,
There used to be one there.
that corner. His house sits up on the hill, there's like a little gray barn across the road,
It's not a road though. That's just
Buck
a
Hill,
driveway.
Hidden Drive. Sign.
Oh, Hidden Drive.
There was.
Yeah,
The
somebody
last
called
time
over
there
the
were a
pickup
bunch of
truck.
signs came from that Lafayette sign company.
Let me look here.
I think she has one in, I don't know, that lady that lives in Lowell,
Yeah,
from Montpelier or something, she brings it there.
we may have to do a road trip, go pick them up.
Well, yeah. You go. You go, cause I was gonna offer me, but you go.
No, you can go.
You could go. I was there all day today.
You must be?
Yes.
Well, they can take a while to get it made.
Oh, I know.
You go, you can pick them up.
That's gonna weigh a few pounds, it's not gonna be something.
Yeah, you,
You're gonna have the trailer, so you go. Oh, you get the trailer, you go.
I could.
Yeah. You can go.
When they,
And they were ready,
The trailer.
they was open the bottom, put them all on a pallet, and we just take them out with a fork.
yeah,
I don't know what it was for. See, Tracy got the concrete done.
yeah.
Oh,
Chris did it.
can you get us a bid for the library?
Right.
Dig out some gravel?
Well, we have to
Well,
know
I
the
think
size.
we wanna make the driveway bigger. Dig out some lawn and add some gravel,
Back or side?
straight back, straight back.
same with.
Same width, same length of the tire, probably at the end of the.
Ramp.
I looked at it and the end of the ramp looked like. No further than that,
No,
and you
Yeah, so how many feet does that add?
probably about
Yeah.
30 feet.
Yeah, we didn't stake it out.
We can take it out, but we can look at it, just trying to quote for the.
Like to take out
The
the
end of
top
the
soil,
ramp
put
or
some
the end of the
fabric,
building?
put some gravel.
Ramp.
Finish
Same
it.
mat, same mat.
Oh,
All gravel,
It's all gravel, but. it's-
finish it up, same mat.
I thought that's where.
Well,
the
it's-
pavement
Big
now.
gravel.
yeah,
No,
well,
it's-
you won't have to dig out too
At
much.
the end of
Okay,
it?
we wanna dig up too much and then,
No, I don't think so.
Oh, the end of the ramp goes to the door.
okay,
Way over the door.
then we can just finish it up with same mat,
Statement.
roll it in, we'll roll. I may need that, I may need that push for stone.
Are you gonna bring it right to the sidewalk?
Yeah.
So we don't have weed to pick up the.
I want tight to the sidewalk, that way no weeds pick up.
It's, you gotta follow the line here.
Right.
This is the-
Gotcha.
We could go stake that out with one of us.
But I thought
That's pretty easy to
Yeah.
just square.
Okay, square with the tire.
No,
The
there
tire's
is.
right up to the bar.
Oh, I need one, I just need one statement.
Yeah.
No, I'll just string it.
The sooner the better, well, give us a price.
Yeah, you gotta give them a price, cause they're gonna decide if they wanna do it or not, so.
We let them pay for this one, right?
Makes sense.
Hey,
I'll see if I got time. I'll get time this week to go down and get a price.
And get a price.
Yeah.
What else, that's not it, right? So I'll cross that out.
So have you got anything else for us?
I'll take the tops off.
You'll take some time.
With the rocks and everything.
No, everything's coming good, road's drying.
So you still got, still gonna do this cleanup this week sometime?
Yeah, at least the lawns and scrape up the village, yeah.
Yeah,
Probably won't get it swept this week, but we'll get all the lawns taken care of.
Did you see the beaver bomb started over there by my house?
Oh, yeah,
So we do with that stuff, you dug up somewhere? Can all that,
probably down the road
you should not go use it, I'll use it.
on the bank.
Either on the bank, put it in the file on the trailer, I can fill my lawn up,
Trailer.
or use the practice field if you.
Oh, in the field?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or on the bank. you know.
Normally I dump it, Crawford normally took 2 or 3 loads every year
Yeah.
down here, so,
Don't matter.
yeah, I don't care where it goes,
Don't matter either,
as
that'll,
long as it's close.
it's winter sand.
you can't use it,
No,
you won't use it again, it's got a lot of grass in it.
they'll have a lot of grass in it.
Okay,
Coming back to the sign,
Yep,
so you put the cement in, are we gonna be able to help the DMV to put it up?
when they do it,
I don't know, that's what it's been.
I'm probably gonna put the conduit into the garage. Should see the garage, or
It's
Jason,
Jason, yeah, it's
I'll
Jason.
see where I don't think he cares, but it's just gonna
Can
go straight in
you
there.
schedule with him how you could,
Yeah.
he's gonna hook it all up together. I know he needs your help to lift it up.
Yeah,
You need tractor and forks, or what you want, or you
you
don't.
got forks there.
yeah,
Yeah, so that makes me think. When I was out there today looking at how many tires we got. We don't have much room for tires in there.
no, and I'm gonna plug it up bad too, cause after the sign leaves, the sander's coming out of there and going in the back.
Yeah, but for, not in there.
In the tire bin, yeah.
No, I don't think so. We
Where
need
you
that
guys wanna
space.
put that?
I don't know, but we don't.
It's your
want it in
sander.
there. I know,
We can, well, we'll put it inside the building,
inside,
boy, you had it before.
No, because I've got like the grader, all the grader stuff goes in the front, over there.
Well, we could put tires in the back, and start stacking them inside the building.
inside the building,
Well, that
where the
way,
sander is.
yeah, if we have to, if we run out of room,
It's better than, I just don't want them outside.
we don't want them getting wet,
Right.
usually they like it better when you grab them.
Because if we're, yeah, if you're putting a sander in there, that gives us that other.
Well, that just opens up out of the bay, like right now,
I'm okay with that.
I gotta take the sander out to get all the wing stuff back in, off the
We
grader.
also could put some in the salt shed,
Yeah, but
pain
then,
in that.
yeah, it could be a pain
We
because,
got some stuff we can clean out in the back of there, we don't need in there.
I've got a set of forks, the wings there just thrown out because
Okay.
I was in a hurry.
yeah, that's right, I know that, but
But,
so some of that stuff.
So the forks and the graders got the arms are in the back setting on the fork, so there's some things I can't clean out, but.
Mhm.
All those signposts are gonna wanna get stand up in the back where all the signs are and stuff.
So we could,
Is that where the sign is right now?
No, the sign is in the bag.
In the bay, by the recycling.
How is that sign gonna stand up, like,
I get bolted.
to what?
To the
So
concrete.
That big concrete.
There's already some pins in the concrete.
Are we building something around it?
No, it's got its own pedestal and everything.
No, it's unit.
It's all right.
But that's
When you-
why
That'd be
be
both.
there, because you have to hold it with the chain on.
Yeah, we just got set.
There might be a couple irons that go in there, right? Or-
Yeah, there's 2 legs.
With the base.
Yeah, I remember now.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of the one in Newport, how they have stone.
Oh, no, yeah, no, we went with the base,
Yeah.
Cause you could.
I'll
always
turn that
build
basement
around
stick out, I didn't look at it today. The
I was
concrete.
thinking of both.
Yeah, that's
6 inches,
perfect.
just 6 inches above the grass.
Good.
It's solid, the wind won't knock it down.
We shouldn't be over there.
No.
I'm just worried, that's why when we had spoke, I wanted to pull it back. I've seen the state go by there and had snow,
Oh,
you know. It shouldn't hit it too bad there. It should be okay.
yeah, well, yeah.
Or the
We'll just let the driver know if he damages it.
That's right.
It's out of there right away, so.
You break it, you buy it.
We'll talk to Cameron.
So you're gonna call Jason tomorrow,
Yeah.
or you want me to do it?
No, I'll see what his plan is.
Once that sander's out of there, we can start putting tires in there.
As soon as the
Good.
better would be
Really?
good.
Not till I get the greater stuff.
We'll fill it outside.
Yeah, let's put the grader
Fill it
stuff
back,
back.
sure.
We've still got some room out back we can put tires too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not much right now, but.
Well, no, because the stuff's in the way, but behind the fuel tank,
Yeah,
We
but
need
once
that
the
cleaned up.
sander is in there, I don't know, that sander, you're gonna try to put it square or which
It's
direction?
gonna be lengthways, tucked right against the wall in the back corner.
Back then. Sideways, like.
Yeah.
Is that headed to the bay now? Or what?
Should we So, do we want that sander?
That's what I'm getting at, that's whether we need
Do
it.
we need that, or do we?
That was
want-
bought, you guys, the town bought that years and years
So
ago.
Yeah, I
let's
know.
start, get rid of it.
But has it got any value to sell to anybody?
Yeah.
They go to the big truck or what?
No, it goes on
On a ton truck?
no, it's on a 6-wheeler.
Six wheeler,
Six wheeler?
you know anybody who could use it?
They're offer standard, you know, everybody's gone away from that.
Yeah.
They're, yeah.
I mean, you probably have water, you probably have water,
Marketplace or
you
something.
probably have water, could use it, okay, the water road.
Somebody,
Put it on.
we've had it cracked for several years.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I would ever use it for is if one of my sanders broke. I could throw it in the truck and change a few lines, but.
Yeah, you probably fix your sander instead.
I will, yeah, no,
But,
Yeah,
I'll get it
I'm
over.
just thinking that, why do we keep it?
just put it on marketplace or
how
something.
much do you think it's worth then?
Why don't we put it by the road with a for sale sign on it?
Hey, we're gonna have a new sign we can put on.
Grab.
No, they ain't picking that up.
I'm just saying, you get
Well, doesn't have a motor, so.
You wanna unload it quick, probably 5,000,
I was gonna say 3,000.
Really?
Well.
I think brand new, it's probably worth 12,000 right now. We'll do the vinyl.
You know, Lisa, take pictures of it.
All the mechanics work on it?
Oh, yeah, everything,
What it
it's
is.
only motors, only hydraulic motors.
Yeah.
I mean, it's stainless steel too, so I mean. it
Yeah.
Doesn't rot. It is in good shape.
Does North Troy don't need it for their town, for the village? When they have a ton, small truck. in the
That
village?
won't fit on like a 550 like yours? But you got that.
That's six wheeler.
That's like a 7-yard sander.
Ooh.
It's a good with it.
Yeah, we don't need
I
that.
don't know how, that thing's probably
15?
20,
What, years old?
I know it's 20 years old.
It's a while, been a while.
Yeah.
But it's built no different than the new ones are.
And we haven't used it for the last 5 years.
Yeah,
So, I mean,
yeah, put it.
you guys wanna make a motion that we?
I'd buy it if I had to use.
We don't need to house it for nothing.
Huh?
We don't need to house it. Keep it
No, I'm making a
there.
motion that we sell
I second that motion.
For how much?
it right now.
I would say 5, you probably unload it.
That's 55 and go, yeah, I'll go down.
Yeah,
Well, now what, 55 or 5?
55. Get an
55.
offer, huh?
55, yeah.
Get an offer of 45, 5, send it. What do you call it?
I need
On
a
dates.
description of it and
take pictures, you know how
I
it
need the name and.
says it on the side.
Yeah.
It's
We can take some pictures and give it to you.
in the flat. Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
that would be the, I think,
I think we way to get rid, we should get rid of it.
Then we won't have the clutter.
I mean, I can. Put it out there to a bunch of towns too, maybe.
But yeah,
Well, she just, mentioned that Irisburg's looking for one.
Oh, really?
They are actually, if I
Oh.
may talk.
There we go.
Okay.
I was at their select board meeting last week. They were looking for a small truck to do a covered bridge and a small sander to go on that truck.
there you go.
So
It
maybe,
might work.
maybe.
I mean, even though it is a big sander, they don't have to load it.
Right.
It fits in the back of the 9-foot body, so,
So that may be something you wanna,
yeah.
That needs hydraulics.
You know the road
Needs
commissioner?
hydraulics. No, I don't.
Well, it needs connections.
The truck needs to have hydraulics.
Yeah.
I don't know who the road commissioner is.
I don't either.
Select board,
it's. Mike. He used to be on the select board, but then he took a job. Mike or
Sandville?
Kevin?
Oh, not a Sandville.
Mm-mm.
Oh, we can find.
well,
out.
you can send an email to the temperate office.
Yeah, we'll find out.
You can send an email to the Irisburg temperate.
Yeah.
Maybe an email.
Okay, so we have a motion and a second.
Yep.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Guys have it.
Hey,
You have a
thank you for
second.
letting us know.
You're welcome.
Okay. Anything else, Eric?
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
Good to go. See you next time.
Hey.
Have a good night.
Thank
Very
you.
talk about the sign when you guys are planning.
I will, and I'll call Tyler tomorrow.
Yes.
Have a good night.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll catch up with you.
Yes, sir.
Let's see. Going back to number 30,
Mowing bed.
on bids.
So there's, you guys can try to interpret on the precision. That one thing, I have no idea what he was trying to put with the cemetery. And then one of them. Elwood Property Management, I believe that he mixed up his mowing and his fall cleaning prices. Who? The Elwood's probably, I think those two prices are just swapped, the mowing and the fall cleanup.
Well, you know, one guy that doesn't really want it, I don't know why he seems a bit
We got Pioneer. Where's he from?
handyman, yeah.
Yeah, you got them all right there.
You got it on there, it's,
Let me see.
He doesn't talk to me anymore, by the way.
Hmm.
I can- That's one,
Oh,
he just doesn't seem to. Communicate with me anymore.
He has it.
Oh,
Let's see. Following,
Oh, wow,
there's quite a range.
yeah.
Yeah, so whose position cut on here?
That's the one we had last year.
Oh, that's his name, that's.
Mhm.
That's, the one we got having?
look at the,
Yeah.
yeah, their names are on there.
So that top one, that's him, and I can really not figure out what he's trying to do for his fall cleanup and his total price, he put a couple times, but it doesn't really match, it doesn't really make sense with the cleanups. His total price doesn't work, so I'm not really sure.
Well, he didn't bid on North Hill Cemetery, so it looks like.
He does have stuff written in there, I just didn't put it because I can't tell what he's trying to say, and then if his total price is 3,300, but. He's already over 4,000 with spring cleanup, fall cleanup and mowing. So,
Okay,
I'm not
yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, which one is this?
Spring cleanup and fall cleanup, so he can add it to that 4,000.
Oh, this is Ryan?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that one.
Well, I mean. This,
Yeah, it's
this is
not a-
economics,
Yeah, but it's not a complete bid. Cause
he has a clean up for,
No,
or North Hill Cemetery.
he kind of did it, but I don't understand. Like he wrote all his hours, but it's not clear. That's his total contract right there for all this.
but that doesn't match.
But I don't think
Yeah,
it
it
matches
doesn't make
with when he does this cleanup, that's the thing, the cleanup is not on the price.
Okay. Yeah,
we
you got
don't
that
have to
now?
go with the low bid,
no, we don't.
especially knowing how much it costs us to have repairs made.
I think he has somebody else helping him, right?
Uh,
One on,
One time,
one time.
only
yeah,
once.
I mean,
Mm-hmm.
Who's the first guy, for 6,100?
Long story short,
long story short.
it's a good name.
Call it a,
Local ladies.
I don't know. Yeah.
No, what I know is local, Tony, who's from is Tony?
This is the one, this one,
So, who's, what property maintenance?
Edward, what is it? Okay, Spalding Property. He's from Morrisville. His name is Isaac Spalding.
And I don't know if that
He's got
4,000
4,000.
really matches, cause he just put $40 per hour per person for his cleanup, so I don't know if he's counting that in his total. I don't think so, you're
I don't think so.
400 and 4,000.
No, I think
But
what
this
they,
is a little more
yeah,
than
I think what they did is like the spring cleanup 48 hours per hour, they just put the hours,
So
they don't
that's-
know how many hours it will take
Yeah.
them.
Right,
And mowing, they kind of did like
2,800?
2,800, and see, like fall cleanup's the same thing, $40 per
Per hour, okay.
hour.
More than 4,000.
And mowing the North Hill Cemetery,
1,200?
1,200.
But why did?
28, 3, yeah, so see that, so that's what happened.
so that's
I
4,000.
think what happened,
without
they do is like they put the total contract bid for the mowing only, and then cleanup is separate.
$40 per person.
I think they all, the way I'm seeing it, they all did the,
And someone put the total for cleanup.
yes.
And it's not like they can just clean up one time in the fall. They have to clean up at least 2 times.
Well, whenever stuff is.
Look how many leaves are over here.
Well, that's probably
It takes them a
why,
half a day,
yeah.
2 or 3 people
Uh,
clean it up
in the fall,
in the fall.
yeah.
So this guy got, this Spalding guy, is he comes this far up? Have you talked?
I haven't talked to no one. I mean, I just met with Jerry at the time that he looked at all the,
Yeah.
Which one is Jerry's?
Jerry, this is who I have right now, Jerry's, he wrote spring cleanup 165.
Which one is him? Which one is Jerry's?
Pioneer.
Pioneer.
Yeah.
Pioneer handyman.
He wrote spring cleanup 165, mowing the town office, mini center, playground, tennis 15.
Oh.
That's the one that's
21.
15. Fall cleanup,
You all quit my job.
I think we need to. each take
and
turns
just
tomorrow.
doing the cemetery, 5,005.
I got that one knocked out.
Yeah. And that doesn't surprise me.
Hellwood,
Elwood.
Elwood.
Edward. I felt like I was moving.
Elwood's property,
I don't know.
Elwood's.
Okay, so.
This one, spring cleanup 75.
About an hour? Yeah.
No, just
Just
$75.
75 feet,
Boy, this-
mowing contract,
Right there.
1 M or.
Oh, I think he's the one that switched his mowing and his fall cleanup. 'Cause it's
Yeah.
39
Both my
hours.
sons.
Okay, yeah, so 3,900. Mowing services, I mean, cleaning up would be 150 and doing the cemetery 1,760.
Where is he from?
He is from. That's Thomas. 6455 Route 100 Newport.
Okay.
Yeah, the logo doesn't. Yeah, it's in this.
One of them does quite a few municipalities.
I think it's the one Spalding, right? Oh, we got something else too, the other letter.
At least when they told me,
I'm excited to introduce.
the guy that was, Caden in the, army outfit.
Oh, that's the long story short.
Oh, okay. I thought he told me he did different municipalities.
So what did we pay for Ryan last year?
About 4,000, then we got done probably.
It was
Not counting the.
Oh, I think
3,099.
he's the one, because it says, Matthew Moore from Hyde Park, select board member.
Oh, that's his references.
Yeah, it says Russell.
You all, whatever you want.
Petel. P-E-T-E-L-L-E.
No.
And Rebecca something. That sounds familiar.
They're related.
Yeah, but that sounds familiar. So, yeah.
That's, I would.
There's too many unknowns for,
So which one, the Spalding is this one, this
A lot of
one,
ones.
first story.
40 hours per person, if you got 3 people doing the cleanup. That's $120
Yeah,
an hour.
an hour, and how long?
They could be here 2 days.
Oh, this is Stefan Trombley.
Which company?
Long story short, that's Stefan's story. He had actually on the
25 hours?
Torrey Fire Department. And yes, he has Julie St. Marie. He has his insurance though through. Probably what we want. I got car insurance.
Right, I see that.
Oh, no, I got this too.
Maybe it's
Commercial, he has that, okay, he
Yeah,
does
Oh,
have
it's back
it.
here.
But I was seeing car insurance.
So you got
He
61,
has insurance.
he's 61,115, that's the total.
Yeah,
That's everything.
So that's double what we've been paying.
Yeah, right at about 4,000, $2,000 more. By the time we pay Ryan for cleanup. So how much good are they gonna do? I mean, if Eric does wanna clean
But
it,
the
we'll be
elk
on that.
was there from,
There won't be much spring cleanup. But the fall cleanup is a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot of trees, so.
this one here from,
I would,
yes, we have him as, he's 5885.
That's
It's kind of challenging in order to take something that's $2,000 or $3,000 more than we paid last year.
Yeah.
I mean. We should have. Confronted it about that generator. We should have. We didn't.
Well, we didn't have.
But
we didn't have no proof.
Yeah,
Who else would run into it?
yeah, I know.
Yeah, we don't watch it. we
Sell
don't-
back.
Right.
Yeah, but still,
And
So should we put some poster on that then?
now we got cameras now.
I know, but cameras won't stop it. They'll just tell us who did it. But
Yeah.
if we were to take a. I
We
don't know,
can't
we got
see
some
the
posts, we're
cameras.
gonna have some posts coming.
Like, it doesn't show every minute
Couple
though.
nights. We will, even the 4x4, yeah.
Yeah, so when
Yeah,
he
fine.
goes and that's when you
One
know
each
they
corner.
touched it.
But we couldn't figure out who hit the mailbox the other day.
Yeah, so what happened?
Well, I think because that's so far at the end of the range of the
Oh, you
camera,
could,
you know, like in my
It doesn't
neighborhood,
trigger it?
my house, if someone's going at the end of the driveway, it's not.
Oh, yeah,
Well,
also.
he doesn't have the motion to the
Okay.
road.
Concrete
because
and
the
all.
guy was always
So
come
we couldn't
on.
do,
I'd move it over because the concrete was.
what we couldn't do with that generator is.
It didn't help us.
Put
Well, we
some
know,
stuff-
I know what cars were
Get
in
it
the
away
parking
from
lot at
the-
that time. I know. who
Put some
did it.
stones or something, to get it away from the generator.
yeah,
Get the grass away from that,
We couldn't prove it.
or something.
But like the,
It should trip with the generator because it's so close.
this generator is supposed to, because that's what I told him to watch the generator most off of that. And then when we could see people going up the.
So which camera is doing the generator?
That one in the corner right there.
But where is it over here?
So we got the tennis court lined up?
Yeah, it's in the back, it's in this one.
That you?
That's true.
Who's
Yes.
buzzing?
So Ryan's at 3310?
That's without Northfield Cemetery.
No, he's in there.
that's in there.
No, it's not. It's got a
Well,
question mark.
it's not written,
It
but if you
doesn't
read his bid though, it says all mowing.
Cause his fall cleanup and spring cleanup are each over 300, if you add that to 3,100, you're already over 4,000.
Yeah,
So his total doesn't make sense.
Well, you buy the hour too. Thank you.
thank you, yeah, have a good night.
Did you buy the hour? $50 an hour. For cleaning. Spring cleaning, bid is $50 an hour.
30,
$55 an hour. spring cleaning.
35.
Oh,
That's, get his comment wrong, please. 35 there too. For cleanup. Let's see, library something. $70, I don't know what that means.
I'll be clean up the library. Ain't nothing to do.
It's $350 to clean up the library. Who's
Total
going to-
contract bid 3310. And like they said, it doesn't really.
The only thing with Ryan, he's getting more of that cemetery up there more than every 2 weeks.
Yeah, but now,
Lots of toughie.
Well, you know, and he's hard on sod. I mean, he spins all the time. He's always turning, turning, tears up the grass. That's why there's nothing growing here.
I gotta use the men's room.
Somebody's in there.
I'm gonna use the men's room later on then.
She used the men's room.
Or the ladies' room, I mean, there's no men's room in here.
What, how come we only got one bathroom?
Oh, don't bring that up.
What's up with that?
It's handicap.
with this, I mean,
This guy for $4,000, he's not bad.
Yeah, but it's not complete though. That doesn't include
It's by the hour though. Yeah,
the cleanup is by the hour.
per person. That could be 10 hours, that's $400.
Still not bad.
And you get another 10 or 15 hours to follow, that's another,
but see, like him, like this one, the
yeah.
Wood?
Elwood.
Elwood, it must be 75 just to clean up the library. Mowing,
$4,000 for fall cleanup.
Area, common area, each collider is $150.
He's gone switched,
Fall cleanup.
the 150 and the
Fall
40
cleanup
and 100.
contract. Oh, yeah.
There's
It's
the wrong
150, so
Yeah.
he has it by the amount that, he's not gonna.
He
charge
wrote it
us-
wrong on his bid.
That's what it is, it's like 150 for cleanup and 75 for cleanup at the library.
He's 58.
He's 58.85.
That's total.
This is
everything.
pretty clear, I should say he got it mixed up, but this one, but the one that says 40 per hour, we don't
Don't know
know.
how many hours he's been.
No, you can't.
But those, this is the other one besides,
If Ivan saw these prices, he probably did.
Yeah.
Can't do it now, but,
No.
you know. Cause
Oh,
Ivan does over there is more work than all this, I think,
Of course it is,
and he's doing it for a lot less.
yeah. Yeah,
I think the town should get a lawnmower and hire some kids to run it. I'm just kidding. I mean, this is getting to be an expensive deal.
well, this is where you guys could probably start thinking of eventually that you have someone that just do little things like mowing.
Maintenance.
Maintenance,
Yeah, I mean-
mowing, and when there's weeding, change a light bulb, you know, instead of asking companies. You ask that person, needs something to be fixed,
oh yeah, quit my job for this thing.
I know, that's what I'm telling you.
Yeah, I gotta stay home for you.
That's what I'm saying, it would be. Because you know, the guys had Eve before was doing most of it.
Even Norman. Have to pick somebody because the grass is gonna grow. I mean, this is only 1 year thing, right?
Yep,
When the word gets out that we hired somebody for X number of dollars, there might be a little more interest from somebody else that lives right in town that might wanna, you know. It would down for it.
Yeah, I mean,
Norman DX. You know,
but then,
I think yes, because I think a lot of them didn't want to do it because they think it's not paid enough. Or
right,
that's the thing too.
I can do that on weekend.
No.
wow.
I can take, I'm down to 3 days a week, so that could be down a lot less than a week. I get to home more often now with my wife, like today I left early. But, yeah, that's. Can't believe 21,000 from that one guy.
Yeah, I don't know why you even did.
That was a waste of time, I ain't putting that there.
Recording. We're gonna have to pick somebody.
I missed something.
No, we're waiting for you.
That was important. Okay,
Who wants to be brave?
I've got spending more money than we have them. But
Probably have to do like we do with recycling.
Yeah,
Start doing a rotation.
yeah, I'm gonna pick two.
yeah, why don't you narrow it down?
Spalding. And Ryan,
You're picking two?
I'm just choosing two.
Well, Spalding, you don't know how much it's gonna be, because it's not
Yeah,
gonna be
that's-
4,000.
That, he's not clear on
Yeah, $40.
How much would a cleanup cost at the library?
now,
The library's not the problem, it's the fall cleanup.
this full.
And you go $40 a person, but
Like I said,
Yeah.
they spend a good 20 hours cleaning up in the fall. Would be my guess.
Yeah,
People.
Spalding only wrote 4,000, that's really for
Just for
mowing. The rest we're not sure about the per hour, how much
Okay,
it's gonna
okay,
take.
okay.
The only one that Like I was saying, I think you were in the bathroom. I see it's,
Elwood,
yes, and,
That's 58.85.
and
Right,
Tony,
that's-
well, I
that's
call him
fixed.
Tony,
It's fixed, though, it's not so much an hour for cleanup, you know, that's what it's gonna be. The other one probably end up being there too.
you got two pretty close, you got Elwood and you got Tony. Tony's by the, is all set too, you know,
Who's telling me?
well, I know the guy,
Which
but
one? Which,
the
which?
long.
Long story short,
That's not Tony, that's,
Even,
Steven.
that's his name, he's on the fire department in charge, that's him,
that's the one who's,
That's right up there too, there.
yeah.
It's 51.
100.
I'm confused.
I am confused too, the way.
I know, I was gonna pay for it. I know who I bet.
but he's in the guards.
And then
now.
probably
Yeah,
gonna get
you
very
got
good.
So this,
We get what you pay
Comments on-
for,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah, I think this guy would do a good job too.
somebody's gonna have to be, somebody's gonna have to be micromanaging. Cause it's not gonna be
That's-
me, I don't wanna get,
We did that last year too.
What's that now?
Micromanage, try to manage it a little bit, and
Who, what's his name?
try and-
Right, yeah. Yeah,
cause he won't take it from us.
Why didn't you finish?
when I called him up, he went to care of that cemetery last year, I told him you have to. And I said, today. I called him last year.
You can say that.
Hmm?
I said, you can say that. We cannot.
Right, right.
I don't understand this thing here with no
Yeah,
cemetery.
well, his map is.
It's not clear.
He's got on the bottom of his price.
Well, do you want me to call him? Or can you tell from his quote? From his paperwork?
Contract amount 3310, but that's just for mowing. It doesn't count. cleanup.
I'm gonna call him right now. He needs this phone,
That's what the cemetery's gonna be.
so that's his contract?
Cemetery.
Yeah, this number.
Ryan,
How are you?
hey, we look at your quote for the total, you got. Contract amount is 3310, is that for cemetery and everything?
That's everything.
So,
31 and then cleanup, the two cleanups, and she told me down here Tennyson is cleaning it up.
they're cleaning some stuff, yeah, there won't be much cleanup this spring.
I know, it looks better.
So 3310 is your,
31 is the same as always.
yeah,
And then, yeah, without down here, that was what, 600-700 last year, two of us at 35 an hour.
okay,
So, not much really up the town clerks in here, that's just leaves and,
cause I get you on speakerphone, we're all listening to you. The cemetery, how many times you mow the cemetery up there, is it every other week or every week?
yes. Same as North Troy Cemetery.
Yeah, but last year we got some complaints on it, was, you know, just getting, was.
Okay.
We just wanted it done before,
It started looking like a field there at one time.
before Memorial Day, you know.
Yeah,
Those
Yeah.
long flowers.
well, sometime you gotta mow like every week, and then when it gets drier, I mean, the fall, you could go every other week.
Or even.
Even even in town here, when it gets dry, you could skip a week, what I'm getting at.
Right, I do that too, but I was thinking, you know, there's those flowers very often.
Yeah, it's, yeah,
Flowers.
yeah, oh, it's old grass, old fields, old grass, it's old grass.
Yeah, it's a flower if I was to let it go anymore. I know what you mean. When you drive by it, it looks like a field.
Yeah.
Then you get on it and it's like, oh geez, this isn't even grass. This is a flower.
So,
It's the backside of what you in the front. Okay, yes.
so the cemetery could be mowed every week,
Yes. Yeah.
and you know, even if you have, no, down in town here, if you, in town, if you, you know, when it gets.
Every week. I would like to keep the town nice and less it.
Yeah, I know, the town was good, you've done a good job in the town, but the other issue we're having too is, when you turn around your zero turn, you dig the long up.
Yeah.
We've been getting complaint on that. We had an older lady there, she twisted her ankle last year. She
Okay.
kind of hurt her ankle, so we got some complaints on that. We gotta be careful with that when you make a big hole.
Yeah.
Okay, we just wanna make sure what your bid was, so 3310 is for total.
Yes.
Includes it.
Any question, Morgan?
Just that 33 cents for the mowing and your cleanup is an extra.
The cleanup, well, the library is $350.
Is your cleanup extra or just the total?
In there. So
Okay.
it's only 200 for the cleanup.
Okay,
$350.
yeah,
We have 350.
okay, 350, okay, all right, yeah, okay, I see it.
Oh, I could just doing it. Yeah, I'm not even worried about the cost, you know, I pretty much cut that down to like that.
Yeah, all right, we're still talking about it, so. Just wanna make sure that we were clear with your bid.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right. Thank you, Ryan.
Thank you, Ryan.
That's clear as mud.
Well, it's clear that he's the cheapest one.
And
So you.
we don't know, well, everybody else is gonna be doing.
Well, he said 200, there's no 200 on
No.
here.
Well, no, he's.
He's not very good at that. But we know that if we hire him, it's gonna be 33 cents for mowing and.
Yeah,
you know.
it's the price.
The total price is 33.
But that's for mowing, not
Yeah.
and then cleanup, and then so it's probably gonna be $500-600 more for cleanup.
In the fall.
By, by the way, I'm just kind of guessing here.
Well, you got spring cleaning 350, which is.
Yeah, but there's not gonna be much.
Not much in the fall, you said either.
It's, well, we know in the fall, there's a lot. So the spring cleaning is gonna be almost.
Maybe he
nothing,
reversed
probably, and then the fall cleaning is gonna be more than that. So there. I hate like have to be spending $6,000.
Yeah, me too.
More.
Yeah.
I'm thinking the same thing, I know. We don't wanna have to babysit somebody.
But sometimes we need to.
Sometimes you gotta. Take what we don't want sometimes, maybe. I'm not trying to be the bad guy. But it's this town's money,
Right, it is.
you know?
So otherwise, on Northfield, so I don't go by there that often. Other than the fact that he was a little bit behind on mowing sometimes.
Well, I think it's 3 weeks, but.
Well, it should not be every 2 weeks.
No,
And that's not only the flowers, yes, I understand what he's saying, like the daily line
Yeah, but
ones.
still, those things
But-
still need to be mowed.
Yes, but it's not like in October, it was pretty
Yeah, it was-
long. when
So
we
he
went
was,
for a
he
few
was going
months.
more than 2 weeks.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah, he goes more than 2 weeks, I told him, I said.
It was one time, it was 3 weeks,
Yeah.
I think he does it every 3 weeks.
So, if we choose, then we'll have to,
Yeah.
We'll have to just let them know.
I don't know, well, he said it'd be good up, he thought we got every week, but who knows, maybe
But
tomorrow.
then he said 2 weeks. He says he doing the same thing in North Troy, with North Troy.
No choice cemetery.
Did every other week.
Every other week.
Is he the Protestant and Catholic?
I don't know which one he's doing.
Protestant one was taking a week to do. That's a giant cemetery. Catholic one's small.
It's still good size enough. He went and cut some wood there last fall.
We could give him another try, and Mike and watch him, I don't know,
I kind of leaning that way too.
we'd have to watch him babysit. He usually answers my phone when I call him.
I'm thinking of it too.
I'll
town's-
tell
it's
him
the
that
town's
don't
money.
be just one of them, we're all three on.
And I know he's not our favorite person, but. I think. He thinks it. That's fine, that's fine.
Yeah, and he probably knows that we're kind of watching.
He's watching him, he knows that. He knows it.
Okay. There you go. So do you want to make a?
I'm gonna make a motion that we hire position cut lawn care. Nobody's gonna second it?
Did I take it?
No, we're good, no, we're good. No, we're good, we're good.
Okay, that was a motion.
Good.
Are you seconding?
Yeah, I'll second it.
Okay, any more discussion?
No.
All in favor, say aye.
Alright,
Alright,
Opposed? So carried. So do we have to respond to the other ones to say
Hey, maybe we'll-
that,
I would think it's a courtesy. we
yeah,
should.
just to say thank you for your community bids.
Do I put the bid, I put that there was 5 bids, does it put the names of the companies in here or anything?
I think we did before,
Yeah,
when we did it, we put the bid amount and then,
Yeah, but it's a little iffy, it's not apples to apples
Right.
for all of them, because like
There's no apples and $21,000.
Yeah, like that's what
review,
what
yeah,
I'm saying is that there's like the first one. There's a fixed price,
yeah,
period, and then the ones who are so much an hour for cleanup, that's not really close.
Then the guy that works in Morrisville and Stowe,
I can always call if they have a question.
yeah.
And the recording is online, so.
21-1.
Oh, so let's,
I'll put Jeremy.
yeah. Get it, funny. Get a brand new lawnmower.
1999.
Yeah, okay, we're done with
Has
the
to be
phone.
cremated.
Okay. Approved letter for Vermont Community Broadband Board, okay,
You
that's
need
what
to
we
sign the
already.
bid.
Oh, we signed it.
That's what we're keeping.
Right there.
Hold on.
I forgot to ask him about the generator, you answer it tonight.
Yeah, you should ask him. That's
I
for
think
sure.
we know what the answer is gonna be.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Did you go down there?
Who gets this?
Lisa?
Okay, all right. The letter for broadband, is that the letter we already signed? We just gotta formalize our.
Yes, yes,
Okay, so that letter we signed a couple weeks ago,
Mm-hmm.
April 2nd.
Yeah,
yeah, so we have to approve that. To get it in the minutes.
I'll make a motion.
You approve?
Did you second it?
I second the motion.
Broadband.
Yeah, all in favor, say aye.
I just wanted to hear you say that.
Discuss purchase of cell phone for town office.
I'll take it.
So the reason we're asking for this is because everything's requiring authentication and,
Oh, yeah. Who left that?
and so it's all on our cell phones. And like when I'm going on vacation, they can't get in stuff. Cause they make you put a cell phone number in for a lot of the things we have to do. So we need to have a cell phone that's not used as a cell phone, it's just kept here. So that whenever we have to give a cell phone number for that, the authenticator.
Yeah.
Now there's authenticator apps that you have to put on also.
I got one.
So, and if anything were to happen, our cell phones could be confiscated. If somebody were to question what we're doing.
So,
But
but
what's the cheapest way to do that?
Well,
I don't mean just by the phone, by having the service.
you
you
have,
can do,
you have to sign up for so many years. Phone's
did you
free.
send them this?
No, I did not.
No, okay. So this one is, the cell phone's $29.88.
$49.88.
Yep,
Monthly?
Then that,
Is that with the service?
that's a track phone.
Okay,
And then
Well, that's service and all.
we thought we should get the 365-day plan, which would come out to $16.58 a month. So it'd be $199.
Pretty reasonable.
not bad, because it's gonna become more and more. bad.
so I'm just gonna throw that up there, if you would buy an iPad for the town. And use it as a cell phone, would that be more useful? And you can do everything on your,
They'll
when
definitely.
you're,
be
when you're,
more
when you're
useful.
out of town. I mean, when you gotta go out
do
of
you-
town, you got your iPad,
Or do you want to use it out of the office
so you
too?
can't use the office.
Because whoever's here in the office needs to get the codes.
Right.
Okay,
So it's
Yeah,
like
that's
if
why
it's
we
on
have to
the
have-
so I
computer,
just, if you just want that for that, okay.
Yeah, we just.
Yeah,
need to be
we
able to
just-
get the codes.
We just needed to get codes off of,
Yeah.
so that we can, because we probably have. I'm gonna guess 30 accounts for the town.
That's
the
yours,
treasurer.
That's not even mine.
Yeah, that's probably mine, you know, vital records and blah, 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 blah. It goes on and on and on. And every one of them is like making you do two-phase
So you're using your
Notification.
personal cell phones for
Yeah.
that? Yeah. Yeah,
So like when I'm on my cruise in July. I'm not doing any town work.
I don't blame you.
But it's also, you know, like whoever, like, you know, when she takes her place, it'd be easier because now we could just transfer everything to that phone instead of, and then it's like.
switching everything, yeah.
Mhm.
Even me, when I was gone, it's like I had to switch all the numbers for her cell phone, and now I have to switch it back, you know, it's just that it gets to a point that we need to
Yeah.
have something.
That's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
That's simple enough.
so
That's minimal.
a motion to.
I'll make a motion that we get the town office
That
a cell phone,
Track phone.
track phone.
You know, they still make them.
And also, I would like to, we didn't put like their emails here and there, right? Another thing that we find out at our meeting, and that we should start doing that, you know, they have not their personal email, they should have an email just for the town. Not only for you guys, I mean, not only for us, but you three. Because if something happened, I don't know, like, a fraud or something, they could confiscate like your phone. You could take your computer, and then you can't get in touch to your own, they could have this for, we don't know for how long.
So what are you suggesting that the remedy?
Like
is?
right now, with our new emails that we have, we kind of set it up on our phone that we only have the town email. Meaning like, it has nothing to do with my personal account.
Okay, so we would each have a town email.
So my email would be a town email.
Yes, instead of degree, instead of, you know, Kuchar, whatever you guys have, you have your one email that whatever information we would send you for the town will go directly to that email.
So is that hard to change for us?
No.
It would
but-
just be, you would have to check another email.
Yes,
Yeah, so the only problem with that, and I'm not saying it's not a good idea. But there's one board that I serve on that is like that. And if I don't think to go check that email. I could have something sitting there for 2 weeks and I didn't read it yet because I don't get it.
but this is why you have your Outlook, it's on the
I don't, though. That's
Outlook,
the thing.
is it on the Outlook?
It's on Outlook, but
Okay,
but
so you would have the town also connected to that. There's a way that we could see all our emails.
notified, could I get a
You
notification?
will get, yes, we get
that there's something in
notification,
my-
yes. You
Yeah.
could get a ding.
So I got something like that set up with the Green Mountain Power with the thing, and then I had, I did some auctions.
Yeah, but no, it would be completely,
Be
not
different?
even on Comcast.
Okay,
It would be completely a different email attached to that.
Yeah.
so, yeah,
It will look like this.
yeah,
See, I can see their
like this one
emails
here.
through the Outlook
Yeah.
email. I can see town
Okay.
treasurer, I can see, so I know if
See,
they've
you
gotten
have this one,
stuff that
Yeah.
comes into the
but you
basic
would have
email.
this one.
okay.
And you could link your other
And see,
emails,
right now, this is mine.
so you could see them all in
Click
Outlook.
here, and I could go on Nikki, I could go
Okay, so
on,
like in
Okay.
Outlook, I have Exchange. And I have Gmail.
Okay,
So
so you can set that on my phone.
Yeah.
I get it
yes.
on my phone with the iPad.
It's just that if something happens and it goes to your, like, I'm not saying it will ever happen, hopefully.
Well, we don't know
But there,
in town.
All it takes is
Somebody had,
that one
thing.
person.
somebody had his email
Yeah, that's right.
and they texted me and they wanted me, they said, can you do me
Yeah,
a
somebody
favor?
texted me, they asked me, you said, I'm out of town, Richard, can
Same
you?
thing as you got.
Yeah,
Can
can you give
go
me some
buy something, $200 worth of something, I can't remember what it was.
AT&T or what was it?
What do they want? Gift cards?
Gift
Gift
cards,
card,
gift
$200
cards.
gift card.
That's a red flag, right?
And I went,
Yeah.
oh, that's not Jake.
I
said, that's not Jake.
Yeah,
you could take one person that comes to the town saying that we're not doing something right, they start researching our
Yeah.
stuff, like, we got a good example what happened,
Right,
what,
yeah.
no,
yeah,
we're
but if
talking
you
about.
have a different email, but you still got it on your. On your devices, they still can confiscate.
No,
your
well,
Well, but they should only be able to look at your town email. So if you're using your personal email, they could look at all of your
Okay.
personal.
Personal email, they would
Yeah.
probably go through your
I got
business
more
even.
freaking junk email that I do my phone, my iPad now.
What I'm
So-
saying is like, because we all have businesses, you have businesses, I have businesses, like now it's like, I'm glad I only have that email, so I had to, even the school. I had the school coming to my, I had to, then she remind me, you gotta get that, you have to really use the school account.
Yeah.
So now I have the school account also on here, just email, so whatever you sent. Emails like to LaDonna, you have to send it by that email, you cannot send it from your personal.
So if we
email.
get emails from the library, stuff like that, it would be the same thing.
Same thing,
So
library,
people would come-
everything.
would come to that email.
Because all you could tell them is take the account of my emails.
That's why we're only, like, if you notice the last couple weeks,
Yeah.
you've only gotten emails,
I know that.
only emails from us from our new email accounts.
Right.
Yeah, it should be all, you know.
So what do we need to do to set that up?
Well, we would just need to set up like an email account for each of you, if
Same
that's,
thing as you guys just did,
yeah.
all right, so what do I have to do?
No, but
Give Lisa your phone.
we only have two left on our.
What I gotta do?
I don't know if we could
Oh,
add
so we-
another,
yeah.
or we could just set up like Gmails or something, and those are all free. And just
Yep.
give everybody the login,
Right,
I
yeah.
give you your login, you change your password after, whatever, I mean, we could set it up, and then. guys
You got
can
me, because I'm not good at that.
But you would have to,
But
like,
we're gonna
you'd
need
have to
to-
remember that you have to check it, because I mean, there's stuff that we need answers on, and
Yeah, I know, that's what's convenient about the way we do it now.
So whatever, even if, let's say you did a Gmail or whatever,
There's something
you
on
can
my
set
iPad
that
right now
to
too, I'm
send
on,
notifications.
Just
Yes.
scan my.
Like even my like Yahoo, if it's a real person emailing me, not a business, it will notify me. It will give me a notification on my phone, so I'm not getting a notification every time I get
So
an
you get a
email.
ding,
but-
you get a ding or and so then you check which mailbox is giving you that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can do that, that's no problem, I don't mind.
Yeah, me either.
It's just that, like I said, we all have businesses and we don't want us to start
Yeah.
going into our business and all that stuff, so it's like. And then the worst part is like if they take this one away for, I don't know, I will die, I lose it a lot, but.
I was gonna say,
You always find it.
I lose it a lot, but it's like, I always.
I'd rather have, I don't even use computers anymore, I'm so lost, and I open a computer now, because we got the iPad and the iPhone, and I'm so lost. with the computer.
And if you want, you could have it only, well.
And my phone just did an update,
Yeah,
Cause your iPad.
and I will be so confused for the next week.
yeah, I want the iPad. to-
Sometimes it doesn't make much
You could
difference, but
still
other
have, but
times.
it's just that you have to make sure when you send your email
I
back
just-
to us, that it says your new
Leave the
email.
password.
Yeah, they can rely on that email.
Email.
Yeah, you plan that same thing.
Yeah.
So then if they ever search, you're gonna see, okay, it's all from the, if they see, oh, the agree auction, up, we gotta go look on there, so that's when they're gonna
Got
take
a red
over.
flag, yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, so again, action item, what do we do?
Well, the
Who's
thing
gonna
is,
do
we could
this?
do this as soon as you're, right, you could start, yeah, because once it's set up, it's quick.
Yeah, can you set it up?
But we could set it up.
no, you'll have to,
You just,
we'll set up the email,
Yeah.
and then you'll have
To
to,
log in.
you'll have to do it on your phone.
So once.
tell us
you-
what to do.
yeah.
Yeah. I can log in on my iPad too.
or I mean, you guys can set up new emails too if you want to, and just make sure that that's just for select board.
I think they should have the.
Just did an update, I can't get out of the screen, so that's a really in his phone.
It's probably doing it, it says complete, so maybe.
Yeah.
it's never beat that.
Yeah, I can do that. Yeah.
I think you should have, I think Nikki should set them up.
Yeah, I think Nikki should set it up, and then once we
That's a good
decide
idea.
on the name, and then she could just.
Then you
log
can
into-
change it to your own password,
Mhm.
and then we'll know all the email addresses, and you'll have to just put it on your phone. You can help Richard get it on his phone.
Yeah, but the computer, this screen, I can't get out of
I'll bring the
either.
iPad, do it right here. The phone.
Well, we could, like I said, let her, give her tomorrow, I mean, is it tomorrow?
You come to the house,
Tomorrow.
you can have a cocktail. Set it at the house.
Thank you, Jake, smart night.
Let her set up all the emails tomorrow, and then after that, we could just call you guys, let you know, and you could stop in real quick, because it's not really.
Are you gonna give us like a funny name email?
I don't wanna be called Rick. My nickname.
Okay, so,
And I will second the motion that Dennis made. And,
Let's see, what was that? That was.
Be simple.
For the
iPhone.
cell phone.
Yes, okay, yeah, I'll figure it out.
all right,
I have it. Okay, 16, the
is that the one we just talked?
I see that on the phone there.
Oh, that's-
16 is the insurance inspection.
Oh, yeah, I do see that, yeah,
Yeah.
little things.
Need a power wash station, need a
Eye wash station, not a bad idea. really.
fireproof cabinet for chemicals and.
We
No,
have
we're
one.
good there, we're good on
You
that.
got one?
You didn't write us up for that.
Right.
You
We
did
do
that?
have one. It's in that little room.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
so
showed
he
him-
did,
I showed him all that. stuff,
Okay.
He's okay with
It's
that.
not
The
properly
one thing he
done.
didn't like. What was it now? Was a propane. Is the propane torch that he didn't like?
Yes, and I asked Eric said he was gonna do it to bring it lower.
Oh, the fire extinguisher.
Oh,
Sorry,
yeah,
Ginger.
that
Yes.
needs to come down about 4 or 5.
I-
And the stuff in front of
I
it.
don't think he did
That,
it.
yeah, some of it is a little bit, but he's got a good job.
3 feet.
It's-
There,
The sprinkler system in the library.
needs a cage over the,
Okay, and that.
Oh, yeah, that's it, but he said you can buy that at Publix.
Right.
Little stuff.
So I didn't go back and
Yeah.
look at it and see what we need to.
The only thing is the mixer too.
Yeah, we can't do anything about the
We can't do
mixer.
nothing
do they
about
use that mixer?
They do use that mixer.
Yeah.
So don't they put it in,
He says it's gotta be people over 18 years old. doing
Well,
I
it
said, You know
is.
what? I said, there's nobody under 18.
Tell them they're probably
They're the
over
one going
80
there.
too.
Be probably what, over 60 limit now? Has to be under 60.
after having daddy, you like did that, mixes your head.
We're all of drinking age.
Yeah. So, and then, let's see, which exit like.
Shovel the front door.
The
That was, yeah,
the exit light, yes, and I asked Jason, he's gonna replace that one. It's when you walk
just the
in.
battery, right?
No, it's the whole
The whole
thing.
thing?
Yes.
Okay, because he was touching him to make sure they come on and
I think you pushed the wrong button.
No, and I look and it
Thank
doesn't
you.
work.
he seemed
Oh, you
to.
did?
I tried. and
I
it
thought
didn't work.
Jason checked that.
Jason checked it and I was like, where is the button? And I did and it's not working.
Yeah,
They doodle bad.
he was,
But that one was old compared to the other one, so Jason was gonna replace that at the same time as all the lighting in there.
the other thing that he. I think he wrote us up on, I don't know if he wrote it on there, but every month somebody's supposed to sign off on the fire extinguisher.
Yeah.
Make sure
Yeah,
they can-
we do, but the
do,
town
yeah.
garage is the problem.
Yeah, the town.
Every month?
Every month.
Every month, somebody's supposed to initial it and check.
Is there an inspector that's supposed to do that?
Oh, I didn't
No.
know.
No, every
Yeah.
once a year, but every month.
Somebody
Oh,
got
the
like-
boss
I
has to
can
go,
hear
it's
somebody
fully charged,
doing
in other words,
Not do it.
And.
if it's fully charged?
And
Yeah,
Connie,
just-
you're supposed to do it over there.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah,
I thought it
Connie.
was once a year. And now I'm like.
So the town garage, one of us can do it.
Yeah.
There. There for,
That, and so there's, you have to do it on every fire extinguisher.
Oh, I could do that there.
Yeah, it's just an initial, basically, that's it. Put a check. and
Yeah.
then have it.
But the problem of all of it, to me, is the snow removal.
For the front.
Yeah, yeah.
But he said, he's kind of said it tongue in cheek. He said, well, I should write this down.
You'll be
But
right.
There's
I
somebody-
mean, he's kind of right that it needs to be.
So that's the first time we got written up. Right.
Yeah, well, it had just snowed a lot.
Yes.
We were
you
there.
gotta remember, we had snow every day.
Yeah.
28 days in February.
But he
It was 27.
rated all these things as moderate or
Yeah.
low, whatever.
But I got an email from, actually, because with the grant that they asked for the chair at the library. And that needed to be all the answered and done.
Seriously.
That's what she said to me, that's why I brought it up.
Yeah, so,
So that's how they're,
that's from them, the grants from them, right?
Yes.
So what was, everything
I got
or
it
just the
right
library?
here.
Everything?
Well, we'll
Okay.
fix it. We're good for, I'll show
The
the snow.
snow's gone. Snow's gone, there weren't too many really
little
action
things.
items, and if he's doing the light, that was one of the bigger ones.
So our pump station, he wanted to put in the garage.
Yeah, wash station. And mixing valves for these things, this is supposed to have a mixing valve, the hot water thing. And even if
Really?
there's a, yeah, he wrote those things down,
I didn't notice that one.
I think we the mixing bill.
and we have. We have a
Well-
little heater for the upstairs. Where else do we have one of those besides here?
Yeah, because they
It's
didn't,
not
Library.
they didn't get approved for it.
And
It
that
has to
is,
be $400 worth.
Really?
That's what she said.
So,
Forget it, then we're not
Yeah.
fixing anything.
well,
Well, that's what she said. Thanks for submitting. Unfortunately, we don't have having the rule of.
I got a phone call, like,
At least for 200, so the town must apply at least a $400 worth of equipment
Do we need anything else?
to be, but you get paid half of it. And then she says, future, I noticed the town outstanding safety recommendation. Could you take a look below the list and let me know if they have been addressed? And this is the list. So,
Oh, so you gave you a list?
yeah, that list is there.
Well, if we pick at it.
Well, I mean, I could do the fire, the light, I could take pictures of that, I could do the. What's the other one?
Fire extinguisher.
Yeah,
That, if you guys could, I don't know, Saturday, he could do that.
I
Saturday.
off station.
Who's working Saturday?
The eyewash station, how do you?
You gotta buy one.
Buy one?
It's a little sink.
yeah.
Where do you
we-
buy
We
those?
could we will get, what's his name to do it here, that was here tonight, Nick and,
It's got two
Oh.
little, it's got two
yeah,
little
so if somebody gets something.
That is a
splashed
really
on-
a good idea.
Yeah, that's
It's got two
correct,
little
it's on the town. garage.
faucets in it, you pull it, you push on it, and it goes in your.
You could call Nick for that?
You don't need drain for that either, all you need is a bucket underneath it. Having this will work like that.
Yeah, or you could have it over the sink.
It's gotta be lower than the sink. They're really low.
You guys got some at work,
A lot of them.
yeah. But.
They're all over the place.
Why are they so low, when they,
You can put your head down
and, yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's who we would talk.
Okay, so I will, Richard, can you do the fire?
and that's the.
yeah, you can do this Saturday.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
so
that-
that would be done. I'll go take a
Leave me a
picture.
note. Leave me a note in the box,
I'll lower the extinguisher if you want me to.
yeah. I'll do
Okay,
that.
so I
I'll do
just
that.
screwed it.
Yeah, I'll lower it.
Oh.
It's not, it's,
Yeah, I'll take care of that.
Fire extinguisher in the town, right next to the bathroom in town.
I'll lower the
right, but
extinguisher.
it's.
You'll do it?
I'll lower it.
Okay.
That's the one that needs to be lower, the other one doesn't need to be.
And you gotta mark it, right?
Yeah, you gotta initial it.
Yeah.
No,
Mark it. You gotta do tech.
Mark the tag and I'll lower it.
Yeah.
so you guys are gonna take care of the garage
Yeah, we'll
then?
take care of the garage.
Okay.
Which one you want me to take care of? The garage?
We'll stick, it's the
The
garage.
compliant maximum mounting height is 60 inches
Yeah, see. so
from
it's
the
not 3
floor
feet.
to the carrying handle.
It's not, it's not much higher than it's supposed to be. just a little
Although
bit.
best practice in 36 to 48 inches for
Okay.
mounting.
I'll put it 4 feet back. Good here. Simple.
Yeah.
And I'll sign it.
And the
That's it,
walkway,
that's ag.
send her a picture showing what the
Yeah.
smell's gone.
I can send a picture to you or something. I'll take a picture of it and send it to you.
Yeah, so I could send it all, and then, the walkway, I wanna ask you if
I
you
can't do
like,
anything about that, but
and, the only thing left is gonna be, should
Oh,
we do a
that's-
sign, 18 and older have to use this?
I think that's
I
low,
would- good
I
idea.
think that's low priority on there, I don't think we need to.
I would put a sign 18 and older, you to.
We have to put new tape on the vault.
Oh, yeah,
oh, the
Okay.
Oh,
floor,
yeah, it's on the floor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all that,
Do they have that at the hardware store?
I'm sure they do.
yeah.
It's just that,
I think I have
No,
some
or-
bright yellow duct tape.
yes,
That's what
but does
she
it
said.
have to have that, warning type of look to it?
No, just yellow.
Yellow.
It's yellow, okay, good enough to
Just
me.
yellow.
Yeah. We can get that duct tape, yellow. I think I may even have some. I bought them before.
I have some,
Yeah,
they
she has
gave it
some
to me
here,
during
yeah.
COVID.
Yeah.
Cause we were supposed to tape off the floor for elections and all kinds of stuff.
alright, we'll work on that this.
All right. Let's move to number 17, cemeteries, quote needed for downed headstones at Westfield Cemetery.
That's the one over here.
Which cemetery was both of them?
Cemetery.
One on the cemeteries.
Yep. The other one's called North Hill Cemetery.
North Hill Cemetery?
No, this one is for,
Okay, for Westfield, so,
Yes.
but are there some at both cemeteries that need to be worked on?
I don't
That
know,
was really new.
There's one of theirs down.
there's
Yeah.
one on North Hill.
Really?
Yeah, well, we haven't fixed that one last fall.
Yes, it's fixed.
Well, that one's fixed, okay.
Everything's fixed on, that's why, but I never thought of this one.
Okay.
Yeah, okay,
That's what
It's
the old
really
stones are.
Westfield Cemetery.
Yeah, and There's a few damages.
I can't remember.
I drove in there yesterday, Saturday. That, I mean, I don't want to change subject, but I didn't pay attention on the stone dam, but that roof is bad.
The road,
Yeah, that driveway is bad.
so.
Is it a walkway or is it a driveway?
It's a driveway.
It's
Tar.
paved,
Yeah, I've been on it.
and
It's paved about probably 6, 8 feet. I don't know if it's even 8 feet wide.
My car bottoms out because
Oh, yeah, I saw it's.
I was looking for northern lights and we pulled in there.
Bottoms out.
Yeah, and
because it's sunk in.
because it's sunk in when you try to come out.
But
Wouldn't it make sense to, if we're gonna fix that, to rip that off? Just
Yeah,
You have to.
put some gravel, we don't
what's the
need,
same at, or gravel?
yeah, we don't need tire on there. Because if it'll settle again, you just
Yeah.
fix it when it's gravel.
Yeah, you could peel that tire
Take
off.
that
and
tire out of there,
Dump,
stay
dump
mat.
some stay mat.
Gravel first, then stay mat.
And
Because that's a sand.
what's gonna happen, I mean, what's gonna happen in mow the lawn, it's gonna grow grass anyway, eventually. It's
Yeah.
gonna grow grass.
Mhm.
No matter what you put, there's gonna grow
Then we'll
grass.
mow it.
You never get stuck in the mud.
Nope.
You may get a flat tire from a bone sticking out.
Okay, so, who do we call for that? Is it the hair?
You call Harris.
Yeah, we'll do it.
And the tire thing, that's,
Have Eric dig it up.
a mini excavator job. right?
Yeah, excavator in a dump truck.
Yes,
Pull it
we
up.
are.
Video.
Yeah, you gotta have a dump truck or.
And then C, temporary sexton, and so I don't know, I mean, I saw. Todd the other day, and he looked pretty darn good, came to the sugar house and hung out.
You look good? Good,
But he doesn't know the report yet of his,
right.
you know, if it's cancer and he has to go through treatments, we don't know.
So what happened to
Yeah,
Yeah,
tumor,
tumor.
right, on top of his head.
But did he
He
told you that he can't do it or?
No, I
just.
didn't really feel it was appropriate to
Oh,
go.
yeah.
We
and
had a
ask.
conversation.
Is his arm moved now?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
it's not moving, oh.
Yeah, no, so
He
what
had to have
happened,
surgery.
what happened is that his arm was tingling, and he got dizzy. He was raking somewhere around the house or something, and he went to do something with the rake, and his arm didn't do what he wanted it to, and scared the daylights out of him.
So he went to Newport.
Went to Newport, and he did some scans, they shipped him right to Hanover, and he did surgery next morning. He said he had a golf ball size,
Really?
The golf ball.
that's what he said.
We opened the skull up then.
Yeah, but he came,
He looked good.
they brought me a little bit of sap because they weren't gonna have sugar anymore, you know, they didn't have much left, but him and Rainey and,
Yeah,
well, you came.
yeah.
Yeah. So Todd was there when you came.
No,
right?
no.
Oh, no, it was
Just
Rainey.
Rainey.
Right.
Yeah,
The
last
next
week.
day he came with him and talked for half an hour or so, then he said, okay, Rainey, I gotta go home, go to bed, tired. But he looked good otherwise.
Yeah, I heard he was just,
Yeah, he'll be all right.
It's gonna be
But
slow.
he said,
But it
So-
depends, he doesn't feel like he's got any kind of, well, he says, I'm on so darn much medicine right now that, you know. Taking pillars and whatever, I feel like I'm shaking like this,
Yeah.
but. So I don't know, I mean, when the pathology report.
So when they do some treatments, then they'll have to figure it out.
If they
I'm
do,
surprised they took it out at all.
They were able to.
yeah,
so with spring coming right up, it's gonna be,
there's gonna be some.
yeah, there's gonna be
There's one
some,
person that is Jesse Hammond.
Yeah, Jesse Heyman, talked to him.
Yeah, Jesse Hammond's the one, I think who helped, he helped him a lot too.
No,
Todd,
Todd.
okay,
okay, so then they probably got that covered already.
Well, I know that Jesse, I mean, he does Newport, he does everywhere,
Okay.
Mount Troy.
That's
I
good to
mean,
know, I didn't know that.
so I just didn't wanna reach out to Todd
No.
unless you guys had already talked to him or, you know, I didn't wanna upset him. I could call also the mortuary because he works for the mortuary doing all of theirs.
Todd does,
Yeah,
yeah, I don't think Todd would mind a call. You know, he's, you know, just say, I heard that you had some issues, that you, how do you feel?
if he
about-"
works with Jesse Heyman, maybe
Yeah,
we could ask him.
Yeah,
He's gonna come
I don't
recycle,
mind.
usually recycle, did you see him last week, Dennis?
Thought I did, yeah.
You did see Todd last week?
Yeah, he came last week.
okay. How they
Yeah.
look?
Well, maybe,
Look at
yeah, maybe.
And
we
talked
should
to us,
just-
talked to Lee and 3 or 4 people, talked a little
you
while.
wanna talk to him on Saturday
I
if he
could
comes?
ask him,
Yeah,
It is recycling.
okay, just say
Or
how
I
you're
could-
feeling about that.
yeah, I'll ask him.
Okay, if you don't see him, can you let me know so we
Yeah.
can follow up, cause I know there's gonna be one coming up.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I'm sure he can't handle the trouble right now too much. You know?
Yeah, I'll talk to him about that, see if you get that covered for a little while or go from there.
Yeah,
And then if he, I mean, for another one, I know he does, Jesse would probably. We
Well,
have to call him.
Yeah, Jesse,
If
Jesse.
Jesse's been working with them, he'll probably call Jesse
Yeah.
and say, okay.
No, and I can talk to Jesse, I got his number in my
So
phone.
maybe Jesse will do it and he'll be the assistant or something.
Yeah.
Well, I know Jesse does some of the funeral, I know that, I mean, he does. And I don't know, I mean, I don't know, whatever, it's, you know how it is here,
Yeah.
everybody else.
It's good that we're having the conversation.
Yeah, yeah.
you know, just so we're not.
Yeah.
Okay, review revised sanitary policy.
I read it, what was changed?
There's some stuff added to it.
Added to it?
It was things that I think you must have talked about a while ago, I just retyped it. I think.
Yeah. I still think we don't charge enough.
No, we don't.
I don't think there's crazy about him.
No, there's no prices on it.
Is it raining now?
Yeah, it's been raining.
My truck dirty. We get up right on.
That's gonna probably wash mine. Not- not-
Mine clean very good.
So,
We didn't write the price of the
Yeah.
cemetery, did we do that last year or not? We did raise it?
we did at one time, didn't we, or did we
Yeah.
just kick it down the road?
No, we raised it
We did raise it?
So what are we getting now?
400 and per resident,
So is there any more
800.
Okay,
lots,
that's a little better.
any more lots down here?
No,
I'll probably gonna donate 2 of mine and buy 2 up there.
so you could sell yours. You could sell them.
I could?
Yeah.
You get requests for that cemetery?
Sometimes
I got 2 side by side, how are you getting back to the town, or I'll just buy 2 of there either
I
way.
try to see what they want, because there are some spaces where it could just, if it's just an urn, there's some spaces I could still put urns. But I'm trying to be careful because I don't trust the measurements.
Yeah.
With that.
She took measurement to get, I'm just talking future wise manner.
I had my.
We can call the Donna, can you figure that one?
Do we need to approve that or just review it? It's okay. I mean,
Yeah, no, you would have to approve it because you signed it.
okay, so
So did you change anything?
The added,
We added, do you have the thing you typed it from? Oh, I have it right here. So we added some information about installation of headstones or under the supervisor of the sexton. Because we had that situation where somebody wanted to go pour their own stuff. We added the sexton charges for the burying,
yeah, but no amounts, right?
No, no amounts.
Yeah, right, I read it.
because that'll change.
So we can just make a motion to approve it, to approve the revised.
Yep.
If you're okay. Okay,
so I'll make a motion. To approve the revised cemetery policy.
I'll second it.
in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed. The ayes
Above
have
your
it.
name.
Recycling updates. I was gonna say that I could do the first and the last Saturday, because I skipped last month, but I'm not gonna be able to do the last Saturday if I have surgery the day before.
It doesn't matter,
So I'll do the first Saturday,
Okay,
unless, you know,
and that would be what day?
the.
first Saturday, the 3rd.
That's green up there.
Roger, Roger and Morris on the 10th.
17th.
There's 5.
I could
5
do the
Saturdays.
17th, 24th, or 31, which one you want,
No matter,
me neither.
I'll take the 24th,
Okay, I'll
You all right with that?
take
You okay with that?
yeah,
You'll take, what, the 17th?
I'll take the 17th.
And I take the 24th. Oh,
And who's
Let me
taking
see,
the
Roger, let me
31st?
see if,
I'll take
Roger
the
and
24th.
Morris.
If they push the surgery off, I could do the last week.
I'll do it,
You know, we do it.
write me down. I like it.
Me too.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me and the wife bond.
Okay. Sheriff update, sign agreement for general law enforcement.
Did we get any reports from that one?
Yeah, we got a couple.
Yes, you did.
And you see the email,
It's
sir.
part of all that.
Oh, I didn't go down there.
Down, yeah.
I
Yeah,
thought-
I think there was like 35 attachments.
well, maybe not quite 35, but there were a lot of them. Do we,
That's not one.
yeah. Oh, oh. What is it anyway? What are they?
I put that,
Maybe.
4 o'clock, it was pretty early.
So if you can sign two of them, I'll send one to the sheriff. It's not here.
I noticed how. Hourly report there, the 1 month, day, they really filled in a lot of hours, huh, because we had to. See,
I missed the sheriff report.
Must have at the bottom, I think it's under.
yeah, it was down quite a ways.
We didn't do the bottom.
Nothing much.
Nothing much.
There was a lot.
Oh, is it just one of you signing it?
Yeah.
Or is there a place for everybody?
Three.
Three, okay.
License.
Do we add do we add
Let's see,
to the contract?
add or take away.
They ought to know about how we feel about it.
Mhm.
Never come to the meeting.
That's probably why. Okay, I don't know if we're gonna need executive session or not, but we can skip over it for now. Other business, agency transportation meeting, or that's Friday at 12:30.
Yeah, agree to that.
And then the other one's not on there, but it's,
Tennis fence installed tonight.
yeah, nice. Thank you note from the Northeast Community Council. Let me see.
Flowers are already taken care of.
That's, everything else been taken care of. Is there anything for an executive session?
Oh, wait, no, you've got
One more?
D and E and
Got
E
one.
and you've got D and E. We
What
need to
about
do
D?
the
What about D?
appointment of the Northeast Kingdom CUD representatives.
Okay, so that's still the same, I mean, we can do the same too then, right?
Yep,
It's,
they have agreed to do it again.
Carrie and what?
Laura Emery,
Yeah.
Carrie Glessner,
Okay, so
and so it just
Yeah.
needs your signature, Jake.
we have to make a motion for
Sure,
that.
yes, you should.
Okay, so
So,
it's still okay with the same?
so it's Karen Blay and
No, not Karen Blake.
Carrie Glessner.
Glessner that was here with.
One way here. Okay,
And Laura.
I make a
So that
motion
would be
that we have.
the boy, her boy or his boy?
What?
For the cemetery. Wow.
Laura-
That's her,
Karen
Bill's son,
Carrie,
Gary Glessner and Laura Emery
right.
yes.
appointed for NEK CV. Second that, Richard?
I'll second it.
Favor say aye. Aye.
Let's see their names down here, so I'm confused.
Yeah, I said it. Yeah, I gotta put my email address on here.
You know, I knew one now. Selectman one,
Everybody knows.
selectman number one.
No, don't do that.
At least it, Tony might get back to you on the floor for the bathroom.
Yes.
Girls would like to pick the floor, maybe you can give me some pamphlets, colors or pattern or.
I picked up the other day, came to the Trigger House for open house, just one signature on it.
Yep.
For the open house weekend, and
Tony?
talking, and then I said, oh, by the way. He said, yeah, I gotta get that.
It's only been a year and a half.
Okay, so what's the other thing? Okay.
Just have to drop off some stuff for you guys to look at.
Quit claim deed, cemetery deed for Lay Shelter. So. We gotta sign that.
Sign. Quit claiming for cemetery deed. Like
Yeah,
shelter.
right here.
That's for Bill Shelter's grandson.
Yeah, that's what I found out.
Yeah, another sad story, huh?
Yeah, it is.
And
He
so much
overdosed.
of that. It's. Life could be so much nicer
A lot of money wasted out there.
than lives, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, so now do we have any more other business? Okay, so. Let's motion to adjourn then.
Oh, wait, did you do the flower beds?
Yeah, we did that
We
with,
didn't do it yet, no, we're going to.
Oh, you're gonna do it yourself?
yeah, we did that with,
Saturday
Danny was
afternoon,
here.
Gotcha.
Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, me and Richard will get it up.
Before the meeting,
Or,
for Friday's meeting, or, next week's meeting? The 29th? Are we good with that?
29th.
Was it-
29th at 5, is that legal trail policy?
We'll talk about it there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, we're good.
Yeah. Chris, I'm looking for simplicity. And,
Yeah.
you know,
I'll make a motion to adjourn, anything else? Or we gotta go to the executive session, we don't have to.
okay,
Oh, second that.
and I agree, so we're, and either 8 o'clock, not even 8 o'clock.
Wow.
Like,
7:53.
yeah. Okay.
You want me to stay here?
Thank you, ladies.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll stay here. Thank you, everyone, for all your.
Yes.
And you too, Jake.
So we got a lot of starting
You got
point,
a
don't we?
big one here, because you're around.
Yeah,
Me and Richard aren't around.
well, you guys you don't miss a beat.
We had fun looking for those signs.
I bet you did. Are
You had Shorty in the back.
you recording?
I'm
You know
stopping
that?
it right
I'm just gonna
now.
ask a question about, wait till you.